Hello and welcome to Urchins, the grand finale. We are finally here with chapter 6 of our Urchins story. We have had all of the Victorian tropes, all of the London sites. It's mainly a few rich people's houses that we've broken into repeatedly.
But perfect.
Yeah, very few. Of
Isn't
the
that the only
sites.
London site that we really need to see?
The real
Rich people's
London
houses being
is-
burgled.
Yeah, yes. The real London is the houses we burgled along the way. And many, many mysteries which, as of yet, remain unsolved. And I'm really hoping that by the end of this evening, some of them will maybe...
I love it that the GM hopes that some things
I
might
hope-
get resolved.
I've got some
Hey.
notes, but we all know
Cats. Let's go.
how
Hey,
that goes.
cats, please.
They might... Oh, sneak peek. Oh, no, okay.
Go on, do it
Don't
again.
screenshot that and zoom in. Don't.
I was gonna
Do
say.
it. Put it in the Discord.
Enhance.
It says Shamini hates Princess Cecily. And I go, what?
It says la 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 pigeons la 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 la.
So, let us start off by introducing ourselves and our varied players, and we will start with one of our guests for the stream, Zachary.
Hello, I'm Zack. I use he/him pronouns, as does my character Theo, a little rapscallion who's kind of lost his way, shall we say, and may never find it again.
Wow.
Folarin.
Isn't it? It's dark.
Hi everyone, I'm Folarin and I am playing Will. He uses he/him pronouns, as do I. And he is something of a budding revolutionary, so we'll see what path that takes him down in regards to this adventure. Who knows?
Comrade.
Emily.
Oh, hello. I'm Emily. I live here. I use she/her pronouns, as does Pansy, who lives in the house that we're in.
We all live in a
In
house.
the middle of
Well, no,
I know,
the
Pansy. No, Pansy lives in the house that we're in.
The house
Name of
we-
the fictional
that
house.
we're in,
The one in the
and-
game.
fictional house.
and
Mr.
we
Jarvis.
The diegetic house, not the...
Yeah.
Mr. Jarvis.
Not the stream house.
Fiona.
Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Emily, surely.
Oh, it's all good. Hello, everyone. My name is Fiona. I am 1/3 of the RP Geeks as well. And she has pronouns, as does Eddie, the character I'll be playing today. Eddie is not with these three. She's currently in her new place with what seems to be like a ride or die equivalent Freddy, who's definitely not a mirror of me. And I'm having my own crisis here, but it's all good. So.
Pretty is a completely original character, not in any way based on.
Existential crisis?
Ed.
Me? No.
And I am Shamini, and I use she/her pronouns, and am the Fate Weaver for today's story. Fate Weaver / Cat Wrangler.
I don't think that's fair.
You know.
You go, here's plot, and we go, yes, and you go, ah, no!
Yes.
No,
We're
why
very-
would you
we're
do
very
that?
well-trained
I've
cats.
seen this.
We are cats that you put on a leash, and we are on
Yeah.
the street, just
We are
like, yeah.
such good, well-behaved cats.
Yeah. Yeah, I just didn't expect that, okay? I didn't expect that from cats. That's where it's all gone wrong here. So, very, very briefly, our initially 3 urchins have been living in London after escaping from an orphanage. They have recently discovered that the folks at the orphanage, and in particular one of the donors, financial benefactors of the charity, have been looking for them. And several of their former, I say friends, classmates perhaps, are currently living with this benefactor, a Mr. Alexander Jarnby, living on Russell Square, including one Pansy, who is lovely. You should shake her hand. All will be well if you do that.
It will be well if you shake me.
It's always good for them, but that's not, they don't.
Has anyone
just-
not shaken her hand yet?
Oh no,
We've
we've all shaken
We've
the
all
hand.
done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've all taken the hand.
What else happened? There's some revolutionaries. There's a library. There's some pigeons.
Sewers.
There was a police
Freddy went
raid.
into the sewers.
We mentioned the police
Oh
raid.
yeah, the police. Yeah,
And,
they're there.
Last episode, Theo and Will, and to some extent Pansy, were like, "Oh, we should probably find Eddie. That seems important." Well, they should. Eddie being away in the
You've
sewers.
got a new young child now.
Replacing the 10-year-old.
Yeah, we have replaced 10-year-olds. That's what's happened here.
Yeah, we've got
Are
loads
we
of
being
female
single white
10-year-olds.
female
Fine.
by Victorian Urchin?
In with the new, out with the old.
I mean, let's face it, Pansy's got a bit more of a more interesting power than talking
I
to
don't think
birds.
she does.
Pansy did use her interesting power in a very creative way to give Will a very clear vision of exactly where Eddie was. Will didn't recognise it at all, but it was very clear. which is the
And
important
Violet,
thing.
right? Because it was
When I see
Will
it,
and
I'm going to
Violet.
recognize it. Yeah,
Yeah.
both of us presumably.
because I used
shared
Violet
about
and
the
Sure,
his
yeah.
together.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You felt the water. She felt the vision. Yeah. Exactly. However, doing this somewhat incapacitated poor Pansy, who collapsed in a heap on the ground, at which point the police, who they'd all seen wandering outside, waiting outside, decided to make a bit of an entrance and try and arrest some people because there's revolutionary goings on happening, and the police
Prove it.
not fans. Well, they're going to go through the books,
Just
the
lots of
paperwork,
children.
and they're going to
Weird.
try and prove
They're
it.
normal books.
Yeah.
It's just about pigeon
Pigeon.
breeding.
You did
Yeah.
check,
Yeah.
check a lot.
And
but-
children. Like, there's just children here. They can't be revolutionaries. Police.
We're
Come on.
normal children.
Normal. Perfect.
And
normal
you can't
children.
prove otherwise.
You can't.
Some of
None
the
of us are
paperwork-
night crawlers.
Shake my fucking hand.
Some of the notes that might suggest otherwise are currently being clutched by one Mr. Alexander Jambi, a gentleman currently looking a little bit overloaded and befuddled. Theo's eating a jar of pickles, and
Oh yeah.
the whole gang of you, including Charles and Stephen and Violet, are currently in the hallway of Mr. Jambi's house, hearing some hammering on the door.
Right, shall we pop out the back? Or...
Yeah, I reckon popping out the back would be for the best.
Right, Jambi, you got the go?
Mr. Jambi is like, he's got bags, he's got books, he's got like papers sticking everywhere, like he's got a satchel slung over him.
Oh, this will be interesting. Yeah. Who'd you pick, Jambi?
Could someone maybe I think he probably looks to you, Theo. You look quite tall.
And I think I just cocked my head at him like,
I think Violet at this point is like, ah.
Oh no, not fucking
Goes over
Violet.
and just like, yoink, like not particularly gently. It's like, Charles, and Charles like, come back, and like,
Poor
I
Charles.
forgot about Charles. I love
Charles
him.
is great. We love Charles.
and they pick up Pansy.
I love how perpetually flustered nearly every NPC you play.
There's no reason for that, Zach. It's just how they all are.
That's an artistic choice that I.
Charmony end and Charles Charmby begin.
Distinct, no,
Charles
distinct
Mini.
separation between Charmony and the NPCs. The fact that there's this, that's a choice.
I choose for them to like marmalade. I choose for them to jabber when nervous. The two artistic choices I make. in
Oh,
this
there's
game.
there's a really fun energy tonight. Anyway,
Yeah.
this is-
Right.
Where are we going?
So
Where are we
Charles-
going?
Where are we
I'm
going?
Pansy.
Where are we going?
Charles has got Pansy, yes?
Charles and Violet have both got each end of Pansy.
Excellent. I will
Something
take the
to you.
lead and lead everyone out the back door that I came through.
Are you still holding the pickles in the fork?
Yes.
Obviously.
Until it's stated otherwise, assume the pickles are with him at all times.
They're gonna be Chekhov's pickles, Shamini. So
I think as you
Well, here's the thing. I assume it's going to be Chekhov's fork.
and hey, metal lid maybe on the pickles.
Exactly.
Eh?
That's not just food. That's a weapon.
you are
Yeah.
bundling your way down the stairs. You come down the corridor. I think you just get this slight crack of open as Mrs. Halfmill just just hearing this like whole cacophony of like feet and people, just kind of looks out.
I think I'll just be. Police are at the door. You want to come or you staying here?
It's a fair question.
I think Mr. Jambi is like, perhaps you could tell them we're not in. We're out.
Oh, you're useless. Come on.
Pansy, come back.
And I will just snag Jambi's arm and pull him bodily.
Okay, but not Mrs. Hartnell. Right?
No, she can
Okay.
make her own choices.
Okay, cool.
She's a grown woman.
I've been told to keep hold of Jambi.
I think Mrs. Hartnell closed the door again then, and was in bed
Right.
the whole time possibly. A very heavy sleeper. You make your way through the stone flag floored kitchen, out into the little backyard with the slightly paint peeling aviaries on the left, the complete lack of an actual garden that once may have been here, even though it is quite a small space. I think you came over some sort of a fence to get here, so I think we
Yeah, did I?
you broke in, you got in somehow. I think
Sure.
this is enclosed.
Yeah.
So let's have a little roll. Let's have a little
Oh,
finale
gosh.
roll
Excellent.
for
Who are we
efficient.
leaving behind?
Um,
Is,
Yeah. who
is
doesn't make it
Pansy
out
going
of
to meet you over the fence with no
Yeah.
one there?
Bang, bang, Pansy's dead.
Before we exit this space, there's one like minor flavor thing I'd like to do with my powers, but I'm happy for that to be like a last thing before we go.
Okay, that's okay. I'll come back to that then. Theo, would you like to lead this extraction?
Yes,
in
I would.
general? What would you like to use?
Brawn or grit?
Let's use brawn. We
Right.
can brawn ourselves over this fence. And I think if Pansy's unconscious, Will, would you
Okay.
like to?
I should also be rolling.
I think you
Um,
should roll brawn as well. And
Well, can I ask if it could in any way be flight rather than brawn?
Yeah, go on then.
Okay,
Okay, you can roll. You can roll flight.
Thank you so much.
And I will say that both of you, I would like you to roll. Like I only got certain numbers. The other numbers, they're rubbish numbers. Who
Is
like
it
those?
7?
Is it 7? Yeah.
It's just a really good number, okay?
Add or -1.
Why would you
So what about
do
6?
that?
How about
What
2?
about 5?
6.
5?
Okay, fine. It's a 6.
But
It's a
6.
6.
Okay,
yeah.
hey, I'll take it.
I love this, Shamini.
Like you both to get 6s though.
Oh,
Something might be
Oh,
wrong.
she's changing.
Well, I rolled a 5 on the die plus 1 for 6.
I rolled a 9 on the die plus 1 for 10.
Hey, okay. Theo, you you hop up, and I think between the two of you, you can kind of like direct Charles and Violet, who can't really see what's happening very easily, and you're able to kind of direct them to get to like manhandle Pansy over a fence. Fine. You're able to help Mr. Jambi without papers flying everywhere. He's clinging, like he's holding a lot of stuff very, very tightly, being like, "This is it's probably priceless. They cannot get their hand. They absolutely cannot be getting their hands on it. If they
Burn it, you
find
twat.
this."
Love that. I love that.
That's what Pansy
in
dreams.
her mind as
Yeah.
she's dreaming.
The head's being bonked on like the fence coming over. You're like, oh,
Can Will have a moment where he's just observing Jambi doing this and
Yeah.
kind of just go up to him really quickly and be like, so just real quick before we go any further, how important are these documents? Because are they what one might call incriminating?
Well, some of them, yes. Some of them, yeah. Well, I would probably, yes, incriminating, exactly,
All right.
incriminating.
So here's my question: how many of these can you remember? And would you mind if and I'm just going to like grab a piece of paper and eat it?
Like a single.
Oh,
Yes.
Like a goat.
just like, hey, maybe we shouldn't have these lying around.
Willy Goat Gruff.
Willy Goat Gruff. That's amazing.
Thank you.
He sort of pauses, looks at you eating this, and sort of like offers you a notebook. Like,
Just gonna grab the notebook and say, I'll hang on to this for dessert. Just gonna put it in my jacket.
I think he thinks that might be your power.
Eating paper? Didn't I tell him what his power
You
was?
did, but like this is just much
think
more Mr.
he's a
He
bit
wasn't paying
overwhelmed.
attention.
Yeah.
The more you do of Zombie, the less I respect him.
The more I'm annoyed at
Sorry.
Pansy for staying with
Sorry.
Jambi,
Yeah,
actually.
Pansy was
Okay,
put in a
remember
different
that Pansy
situation.
is 10.
Yeah, that's true. Pansy is 10. He's a cool 10, though.
He's much more on it when he's not trying to escape from the police. Honestly. You make your way out through the streets. He's still got most of his stuff.
Before we leave, I think the last thing I do is I'm kind of hopped up on maybe the wall or the fence or whatever, and I think I just flick my hand and the latch of the pigeon cage comes undone, letting all the pigeons free. And then I hop over and I go.
That's amazing. I will say at the moment it is nighttime, and the pigeons are napping.
We're gonna stay in.
Well, the pigeons at the moment
It's
do
a
not.
symbolic gesture.
No. Well, like at the moment they do not flock out in a great big
That's-
cloud of freedom, but like
What if I pelted a rock at the gate? I'm joking. I'm not doing
the
that.
gate is just tantalizingly there. and
Yeah.
open.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What
It's
if Jack
just
got one of their eggs and just like crushed it or something?
Hey, that was an off-air. That was an off-air
Hey,
discussion.
I didn't
Moving
say
on.
anything.
Moving on.
the door to the aviary lying open behind you. You scamper over the wall, out into some mews, into some side streets, and you wind your way away from anywhere where the police might be as you hear the shouts from the house behind you as they're banging on the door. What would you like to do?
I think we should probably turn our attention on getting Pansy awake.
Yes.
You are
I'm-
okay. You're very much on the streets. You're very much
Yeah, maybe let's get her.
you're not
let's
in a
go
safe
to-
place.
Look, the
Been
last
going to the
time,
church, right?
Yeah, last time we
Church.
were here and we needed to go to a safe place, we went to the church. So I think we're gonna take everyone to the church.
And I think as we're going to the church, Will is going to describe in excruciating detail what he saw, with the hope that
Nice.
anyone would recognize where
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you give it what's your do you give any context?
I think purely the context is, okay, I'm pretty sure Eddie is
Okay.
here,
Yeah.
and I saw like red columns and beautiful sort of gilded furniture, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah, not furniture, but like fully metalwork and
Fully metal.
things
There we
like
go,
that,
metalwork.
and,
Yeah.
big beams and steam and things like that. Okay, you I think are starting to sort of like monologue, trying to like remember and describe this vision that you had as you're all sort of hustling through the street, sort of like looking, see if anyone is gonna look suspiciously at you, recognize anyone. You're kind of hurrying along, and you arrive at the darkened church. It is the evening. There doesn't seem to be anyone about. There's the sort of big, grand door in the front, and then there's also a little side door which leads more directly to the sort of little back rooms where you were before.
Is the side door locked?
Yeah, they're all out, yeah.
Great. I will unlock it.
It's not locked anymore. Now it is unlocked.
Whilst people are pouring in, can I just do a look? I want to check if I think anyone followed us, because I feel like we just got out of that situation, and that's great, but I just want to
Yeah.
be sure.
Okay, great. Would you like to roll either flight or brains? You're evading some problems.
I'm going to go for brains.
And what are you looking for in particular? People who have been kind of following you since the house, who might have been
Yes, I just
Oh,
want to
you
make
again.
sure that we escaped that house, and it wasn't that like someone, like any of those police officers, for example, were around the back waiting and followed us, kind of vibes.
Yeah. Okay. 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 Give me a 5.
I'll give you a 15.
Amazing. Ooh.
I've suddenly decided I can roll.
Okay.
Finale time. Let's go.
Yeah, we're all really locked in.
We're like, fuck this, we're just rolling good today.
Okay, with a 15, you are pretty confident that no one saw you leave that house. No one was watching that as an exit. Possibly no one was expecting anyone to do a runner. They were kind of like, and then we shall sort of pounce, and they kind of wouldn't have time to get their stuff together. But of course, you kind of gave them a bit of a heads up. What I will say with a 15 is you see a teenager on a street corner who clocks you in a way that like makes you think you don't recognize them, but they're kind of like they kind of have this like reaction to seeing you that suggests it might mean something to them that they've seen you, and
feels like a reaction to me specifically, as opposed to seeing people.
The gaggle of you can't tell, but there's a gaggle.
I think as I notice that, I will just whisper that to Theo. I'll just be like, "There's a boy over there seems to have noticed us. Just so you're aware."
So, do I recognize the boy?
I think you get just a glimpse, because I think as soon as they clock, they start heading off down the street. I think maybe you get the barest glimpse. No, doesn't like, not that you get a good look at their face, but it doesn't look build-wise like anyone who you can think of.
Best not stay long then.
And
Yeah, get everyone in.
you get into the church, and Mr. Jarnby starts putting down all the things. I think he puts down starts putting down everything, except for like one satchel, which he kind of just like keeps on. Everything else he's like, oh, glad to get rid of. Charles and Violet put down Pansy, and I think the thud Pansy is probably what the first thing that you're kind of aware of when you're suddenly like, ow. You see her start to stir and wake up.
There we go. She lives.
Huh? Yes. Did you did we find her?
We know where she is. We don't know where that is.
Right.
Let's get the girls some water and let's figure this out.
Oh, hello, Theo.
I think we'll just go off and grab some water, and then also see if there's any like bread or any kind of food, probably
Wait
for
biscuits.
the lot.
wine.
Wait for a bit. Exactly, communion wine.
I think they were locked up the wine.
You find a glass of water. You find come on, this church has got to be some Victorian custard creams going on here. It's got to
Right.
be. It's the rules. Yeah, you find the secret biscuit stash, and bring them out.
The secret biscuit
Yeah.
stash.
It's necessary. What are the parishioners supposed to have after service?
I think like Stephen and Violet are like on the biscuits, like, oh yeah. Like going for it.
Back off!
One each, all right, and then we'll sit and we'll do a round, and then we'll share afterwards.
You're sharing.
No, it's fine. I'm fine. John B, what are we doing, sir?
Yes, so we are finding Edwina. We
Of
are
course, Eddie. But yeah, all right.
we are finding Eddie. We are drawing. Can you draw? Yeah. Will, can you draw?
I mean, yeah, I suppose so.
Right. You will draw exactly what you saw, all the different shapes, anything unusual, and then we will collect Eddie, and then we will those of us who wish it are going to try and change the world today.
Today? We're not ready, sir. We haven't got everyone.
We're not, and we don't, and we're going to do it anyway because we can't risk waiting, and this is the moment. It has to be now. I believe in us. Pansy, I believe in you. I believe...
You said how important it was that everyone was together, and we're not all together, sir.
Well, we'll get Eddie, we'll get Eddie, and then we'll all be... That'll be... I very much hope, turning to Theo and Will again, that both of you and Eddie will join us on this. It is, as Pansy said, this is what you're supposed to do. This is what this is all for, you see. We're going to really change things, and you might think, what can you do? You're just a small orphan child with no family in the world, but no.
Okay, all right.
You what?
It was just you laid it on thick there for a second. Just all right. We know we're orphans. We know we haven't got family, but you know,
Yes,
just,
exactly.
You could be delicate about it.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, you are poor orphans, and that is sad. This isn't sorry.
You know what? I'm going to interrupt.
Never mind
there.
what he says. We've all got one mission. We're going to find Eddie
Yes.
and get back together. Whatever happens after that, we can figure it out afterwards.
All right.
Everyone
said.
in?
Right.
I'm in.
Well,
You're
yes,
all in.
we'll-
And she turns to the
yeah.
others.
we need to. Yes, we're all in. We need to stick together. We have a great purpose and we have great good to do. And
Sir,
yes,
we haven't done any of our practice missions with you yet.
no.
So I'm just wondering whether it makes most sense for you to come on this one. It just seems quite important.
What do you mean?
We haven't practiced yet, sir. And you know, we're children, we're sneaky, we're small.
Let's see what the situation is when we get there.
Yes, you could be the grown-up that lets us in places.
I will. Well, yes, I could try. I would very much like to be a part of this. This is what it has all been leading up to, and
Rescuing Eddie.
the other. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I was talking about the plan. You were talking.
I was talking about rescuing Eddie.
Yes. Sorry. Right. Sorry. I'm also thinking about that. Yes, that's important. We're doing that first. No. I'm. You're muted, sir.
Just do as I say, sir.
Absolutely, Pansy. You've got the training. You've got the leadership skills. You've got the perfect qualities. Pansy is in charge of the. We're just going to get her from a place, right? It's not.
Yes, we just
A
need to know where
mission.
that place is, sir. And you've
All
been
right,
to lots of London.
I'm gonna. Has anyone got paper? I'm just gonna start drawing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I'll
pull out the
find you.
notebook
I'll go through any
that he gave me
cabinet.
and
Yeah.
just start. Yeah. Am I making a check?
Yes. For sure.
Maybe I shouldn't have said that because it looked as if I
Shouldn't
wasn't
have
originally
said
making a
that.
check.
What check would you like to make?
Brains.
I was feeling brains, like art
Okay.
brains. Brains
Art
is how
brains.
people do art, isn't it? You need
Get your art brains.
for that.
You get the
What-
pencil. This business.
Like,
Right, look, it says book smart.
what,
and you're drawing in a book, so it's
what
definitely
number am I
brains.
trying to beat here?
59.
Oh,
Uh,
and here's my other question.
Yeah.
My skill dat is getting info from books. As I am taking information in my brain and putting it
You
into
are
a
suggesting
book.
that you are making this into a book.
You're right.
And therefore,
Or, therefore, skilled at.
I should get, even if not
He spent
fully
so much
skilled
time
at, I should
around
just get a
books in the
little
library.
extra. Do you know what I mean? Just a little something extra.
this is, I love this pitch so much.
And think about it, right?
Yeah.
Getting info from books in the Victorian era means I
Yeah.
spend so much time looking at journals of natural sciences.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with a sketch.
Just
Okay?
think about it, Sean.
labels with you could use maps maybe I
Scale
don't know
up.
what this ability does, but you're using this ability, and I would like you to hit a 6.
Okay.
It feels bad.
It does feel bad. Please feel bad. Pause.
Well, actually, it's worked. It's just I'm trying to determine if it's a 6 or a 9. Oh, it's a 9. It's a 9.
Hey, you
Very
worried
good.
us there, Folarin.
Yeah.
You know when you have
Dramatic
nice
pause.
stuff. Hold on, I'll show you what it
Oh.
looked
I
like.
don't think we'll be able to see it on the camera.
Yeah, you probably won't.
You're quite blurry
No.
there. Yeah.
Oh no! Wait,
No,
maybe.
wait, where is it?
Well,
I
you're
can't-
pointing at the 11 and the 12.
I think
Yeah.
maybe
No,
we don't need
okay.
to see it.
Great.
You know
way
what?
to
Anyway.
go.
You take a picture and put it in Discord. How about
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah. You are you do such a nice sketch. There are diagrams, there are labels, there are little captions. There's like a little like map layout. Yeah, there's just some writing because it's a book. There needs to be some writing, so you just add some labels, like a written description of what you see.
Red, like
Yes,
you're writing in
red
the
arrow,
red.
yeah. Yeah. I think as you're writing this, Mr. Jarnby, I think
Is useful.
It's useful for his own means.
Wow.
He's gonna Pansy.
Hello. Yes.
We will leave the books and papers and things here. No one will look here. No one has any. I have no association with this church.
No.
We'll leave some of these here. The stone is the value of the stone is beyond explanation.
Yes.
Whatever happens, we must we'll keep it safe.
Yes.
Even if the plan were to fail, that would be something to preserve that. Everything else, we will come back for it later. And the boy ate some of it, but we could maybe.
Would you like to dispose of some of the others, sir? Because if you need my help.
Yes. We do not have time now, and if the plan is a success, then none of it will matter anyway. So let us come back for it.
Of course.
Right.
Where are you going to hide it? Under the pews?
Well, when I say hide, I just thought in the corner there.
Oh, maybe we should hide it better, sir.
Right. Yes. Get on that. Thank you, Pansy.
Oh, yes. Okay, right. And Pansy will go and start moving things and just like putting them under cushions and just different papers under different things.
In a quiet moment after this conversation,
Yeah.
I think I'd like to
I will say
take
that you-
Jambi aside.
You overheard that, but I think Theo, you probably got the impression that you weren't supposed to overhear that.
Completely.
Yeah.
Did we all overhear that, or that was just Theo?
You could have overheard. Yeah, you could have overheard that. Like, you are focusing on your drawing, but still, yeah.
Yes, actually, yeah. I'm focusing on the drawing.
Yeah, I think I just want to take Jambi aside and like, hey, Jumpster, how's it going?
Not ideal.
No, I can tell.
Networks. My networks have fallen all
Can
over.
I be real with you? Can I be honest?
Sorry,
Give me a
yes.
moment.
You weren't really asking. Yes, guess.
Children respond to decisive leadership.
Right.
They like rules.
Right.
They like clear instruction.
Pansy is very decisive, so that is quite useful.
And you are not.
Oh, I suppose not.
My suggestion, if you
Yes.
want to get stuff done,
Yes.
you maybe need someone a bit older who knows what they're doing.
Older than me.
And a bit older than the children. Are you not?
I am 16, going on 17. It's just immediately what came into my head. You need someone older and
and
wiser,
wiser.
telling them what to do. Sorry, carry on.
I could help communicate your intentions to the children in such a way that they understood.
You're on board with the plan. Has Pansy told you about the plan? It's
Why
very-
don't you? I've heard odds and sods. Why don't you tell me the full plan?
Listen. The thing you need to understand is there is a battle that must be fought in this country. And I think he gets a little bit louder and like, Will, you're definitely starting to overhear.
Yeah.
And it's like, such Jonathan Welsh vibes. It's down to the fact that you're like, you guys have been talking to each other and reading the same books, and like psyching each other up and like talking to the other people who are all like
turns of phrase that are the exact same.
Yeah. No, there are two Londons that we live in. There is the London of the aristocracy, of the wealthy, and then there is the London of the poor. And these two are worlds apart, occupying the same space, and yet their lives could not be more different. And what merit do you think an individual has that shall place them in one camp or the other?
Truly is a tale of two cities, isn't it?
I think he will.
That's a good name for it, actually.
I think as he's sort of getting into the flow of the hereditary peerages in the House of Lords being the absolute sort of symbol peak of the unfairness of power, and who should have it and who doesn't. I think that is when Will, you finish your masterpiece, and you are done with it.
I'm just going to kind of interrupt him and go, not that I disagree with your sentiments, because I do actually very much agree, and, you know, hey, here's to the revolution, my friend. But does anyone know where this is?
And I think he pauses, looks over and says, oh, gosh, that's a sewage pumping station. That's an awfully good depiction.
Thank you, I'm very talented.
Yeah, that's where. Why would she be in a sewage pumping station?
She was in the sewers.
Right, sure.
Did I see that? Wait, I didn't see that. Ignore me. I didn't see that. The others did, though.
We think she went to the sewers, sir.
I know not of your strange lives, but all right. And I think at that point we shall cut to...
Wait, can we cut with
sewers.
The decision having been made that we will go to the sewage station?
Oh, as soon as sewage station is heard,
Great.
Will's just like, cool.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go.
And we're going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. With finally the location revealed.
We did it, gang. We did it.
We got there. It's so good. We cut to a dark tunnel. I'm going to rewind slightly from where we sort of ended off at the very end of last session. Eddie, yourself and young Freddie walking through the darkness, splashing your way through the darkness with your little tiny footsteps. You are following in the direction of where the old lady pointed and sent you. I will say that there are a lot of offshoots and tunnels and pipes, and it is a complex sort of maze. But there is kind of one main tunnel, and you're pretty sure like this is the way she meant. It's definitely this way. But just before you get to the steps, the ladder that you find, you notice once again a sound coming from behind you. And now that you think about it, when you first came down into the sewers, there was a sort of dragging sound.
No.
And then Freddie appeared and you were like, 'tis young Freddie, but now you're hearing it again. It's coming from behind you. It's following you through the damp. What would you like to do?
There is a moment where Eddie considers if she can outrun Freddie and push him into the water. But she doesn't. Again, that's the old Eddie. She goes, quick, behind me! And I'll pull him behind me and I'll just get the candle out. And I'm like, who's there? Who is it?
Once again, you have this little globe of light in this sort of like long dark tunnel. And as you sort of like peer down, you don't hear footsteps, you don't hear splashing, just this occasional like seconds pass. I think Freddie's just a bit like, what's, and she starts like gripping you harder and harder, like squeezing on. It's like, ma'am, should we go? Maybe we should go.
No. Something is following us, and I'm tired of being followed.
And as you say that, into the lamplight comes an extremely bedraggled pigeon.
Oh.
A normal-sized,
Okay.
wet,
Really important for you to distinguish them.
miserable little pigeon, just like tail dragging along the ground. Princess Cecily just sort of looks up at you.
You're kidding me.
And goes, "Oh, you are what? You're here? I was just going for a walk
Fancy seeing you here.
randomly. Whoa! What a surprise! How's it been? How you doing? What's going on with you? God, who's that?
I will go towards the pigeon and be like, "You're awfully wet.
Yeah.
Do you need something to dry you on?"
You know, it's not like a good shape for pigeons, because every time I try and kind of stay out of the water, I sort of slide. It's the walls around. I sort of slide back in again, and I got muck on my feathers, and it's a bit. Yeah, it's not. Just, I mean, I don't want to put you out, but if you, seeing as you happen to be here,
I look at this pathetic, bedraggled creature, and I go, okay, be like Theo. Okay, and I will get my hands and cut gently around this bird, and then bring it up and put it on my shoulder. I'm still not talking to you.
Oh, right. Just, I'll just sit here. I won't talk to you either. I'll just sit here very quietly.
But if you could do me a big favour, when you feel up to it, just keep an eye on, and I'll point to Freddie, who this whole time is probably like just watching me talk to this bird.
Freddie is gawping at you, like taking a few steps back, just like.
He might need some help, so just you keep an eye on him whilst I go, if I need to, okay? But we still need to talk about stuff. But
I thought we weren't going to talk. You said we weren't talking. Are we talking now?
All right, and then I'll get my little pinky finger. I'm like, truce for now, okay?
Temporary truce. And like wet primary flight feather, just sort of rubbing against your pinky. Oh dear.
Fancy bird.
And I turn to Freddie. He's like, "Come on, it's sorted. Let's go."
What was?
Oh, I'm magic.
What kind of magic?
I control birds.
What?
Birds.
Really?
Yeah. And that's why I got the job with Mrs. M.
Oh, because you got the real magic.
Mm-hmm.
Like what Mrs. M used to have.
Mm-hmm. But it's a secret, okay? So you can't tell anyone. The fact that I've told you
Yeah.
means that we are friends, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Right. Come on. I have to go rescue my brothers.
Gotta go
They're
rescue
also
your
magic as well, by the way, but don't tell them I told you, because that'd be really embarrassing.
Okay. What can they do? What will they do to me?
Oh. Wouldn't you like to know? And then I'll go up the ladder.
You climb up the ladder with Princess Cecily just dampening your shoulder. And
Stopping wet pigeon.
yeah, side of your hair. You climb up, and I think you manage to lift up a sort of heavy manhole cover, and emerge with Freddie close behind you in a sort of enclosed basement space filled with machinery, loud, pumping, moving metal. We'll pause there, and we're gonna do a bit of a zip forward on the whole. On the whole, going to a pumping station
speed of
situation.
light,
At the
we
speed of
run.
light, you guys are going to go to a pumping station. So, Mr. Jarnby, the documents are all hidden under pillows, under pews. Are they well
In the
hidden?
font.
Very well hidden.
Very well hidden.
I considered putting them all in the font and trying to set fire to them, but I decided that
Yeah.
might be blasphemy.
Yeah.
Something that Pansy cares deeply about.
Hey, you don't know. Maybe she does.
Destroying scientific papers at this time feels like it probably would be quite
The opposite of
applauded by the
blasphemy.
church.
Yeah, actually, that's a good
True.
point. But no, she hasn't burnt anything. She's just hidden.
Violet, I think, snaffles the rest of the biscuits that were left unobserved post sharing them out. Just yoink.
Choke someone? No.
Wrong to choke?
Mr. Jarnby knows where this particular pumping station is. Further downstream, Eddie has been following the sewers down the river. And you guys, I think he is going to hire a carriage just off the street. Which, I mean, again, a little bit risky.
So
Police
many children.
Might be looking. It's quite late at night. It's just
Like a
guy
clown
with children.
car.
All like staring out the windows, like you know how like heads all
Don't
stacked
we
on top of each other.
Don't we get a definitive count of
Yeah.
who the NPCs are who are with us? So we've got
Yeah.
Violet.
Violet.
Yes,
Charles.
We've got
Stephen.
Charles.
Yeah.
We've got Jambi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stephen.
Stephen,
Steven.
So 6.
Yeah.
Not
John,
John.
here?
not John.
John is not here.
Not John. Yeah, I saw that, Sham. I get it. No one likes John.
Something's going on with John, and maybe we're going to find out why, and maybe we're not. Maybe we're
I
going to
don't know
find
if
out
we
why
are.
Madame M
You can
used
have
to
a
have powers
conversation,
and,
maybe.
and why she doesn't anymore.
No, it's John.
Is there
Makes
anyone
sense.
else with us other than Violet, Charles, Jambi?
I think
and
that is
Steven?
I was a bit
everyone.
worried you were going to take Mrs. Halfmill, and I was like, I don't think this is really her like cup of tea.
Should we have
but-
detailed conversations with all of the NPCs on the way?
No, I just want to be clear.
I think there's 6 of you in total in this
Yeah.
carriage. So it's a tight
Pansy would like to really intently listen in to what Violet, Charles, Stephen, and Mr. Jarnby are saying.
Sure, we
To
should
each
just ask
other.
them sort of
I'm joking,
what's
I'm
their
joking,
favourite
Shamini.
colour, and then
Shamini,
allow
I'm
them to have
joking,
a
I'm sorry,
discussion
I'm sorry,
amongst
that was-
themselves.
I didn't even
was
realise
a
that was a joke. I was like, shit,
it
what
was
could
a
they be
joke.
talking about?
I just was being mean
Oh, no,
to
no.
try and make you.
Will's just in the carriage and just goes, so what are your opinions about Kant? Do you want to just discuss that amongst yourselves and I'll just sort of have a little listen? Because I think as far as the Enlightenment philosophers go,
For real though, when we're in this carriage and we're on the way, I think I am getting everyone together. I'm kind of like, right, everyone, what's the game plan here? So we've got me. For everyone who doesn't know, I do metals. We've got Will. Will can see things. Pansy, you
We
make
can
us.
see things in different times, right? Not just see things.
Yeah, like you touch it, you
oh,
go.
yeah, I suppose we all
"Ooh."
see things, but I sort of
Yeah.
see things from a sort of, distance.
Different-
So, kind of a clairvoyance, kind of
Yes,
a...
Violet does water manipulation.
Water, got it.
Charles can turn invisible, very useful.
Useful.
And, well, Stephen makes very loud noises.
What? One more time
Stephen-
for me.
Stephen can make very loud noises. They're very, for a lot, everyone can
Sorry, he
hear
does have a power, right?
them. Yes.
Yeah, because
No.
what you're describing sounds sort of like Theo when
Oh,
he's
no,
had
it's-
beans. I don't. What do
It's
you
kind
mean?
of like
Oi.
a little mini
Hello,
earthquake.
Isabel.
Wait, is it true?
Yeah.
Like a little mini earthquake.
Right.
But just the sound and not the quake.
No,
of the earth.
and a shake.
Oh, all right.
The noise is what
Tremors.
always gets me, but that's when I help. So
Got it. All right. And Jambi, do you have a power? Or are you just kind of tagging along?
I have many important skills. I'm not.
I'm going to take that as a no.
Yeah. No.
Pansy will just sort of look at Jambi, sort of head tilted.
I'm not at the same level as the children, but I have my own gifts.
One more time. Come on. It's not time to hold back, old man. Come on.
I'd rather I'd rather not have to use
What?
them now. When we
That's
get
fine,
to Westminster.
But it's good to know what we got when the going gets tough.
It makes sense, sir.
Fire.
Oh, now that is very interesting. All right. Now that, honestly, Jumbie, best thing you said all day.
Well, just be careful, and I think he will like push up his sleeve slightly, and you can see he's got a burn mark on his arm that does not look that old.
Excellent.
It's
Do I know about the burn mark?
yes, this was like the triggering incident, I would
Sure.
say. Yeah.
And there's another one of you, isn't there? What was it, John?
Well, this is that's how I. John is back at the orphanage now. He's
What?
not
What?
cut.
You sent... Sorry, you adopted
sent
a
him
child
back?
and then you sent them back to the
I
orphanage?
think you knew that, Pansy.
Did I?
Unless you dramatically.
Emily's going through her
object to
notes and
it.
didn't know that, but now
Sorry.
she. Okay, no, that's fine. I'll work that into her brain. That's fine.
Well,
He's
well,
not special anymore, so that's fine.
He's not special anymore. He's going to the.
All right,
Oh my
Zombie,
God.
I would really love to consider you a comrade, but you're going to have to explain why you sent John back, why you have fire, why any of us have. What do you know? Just lay it all out.
These abilities that you have, they are gifts. They are not mere happenstance. It wasn't part of the plan at first, but now I see that we have all come together to fulfill this purpose, or at least that's what I want this to be. It's not for nothing. The stone has a way of bringing people
What
together. And you see he sort of, the satchel he didn't take off, he just sort of like puts a hand just like slightly gripping it, just like slightly protective. See, that's what there's a that's what's in all the notes about my experiments with the it's an artifact. It's from a long
Show
way.
us.
You do not need to see it
I would
to
like to
understand
see
it.
it.
I would really love to see it, actually, yeah. I agree with Theo there.
Let us go and get Eddie, and I can explain it to you all together.
Got plenty of time on this carriage ride.
I need to know whether you're all in, whether you're all really in, like in. I've trusted you by telling you what's going on, but you have to be.
Are you not? Are you?
Well,
You're not telling us everything. You're asking us to put our lives on the line, but you're not willing to tell us the whole plan. You're not even willing to tell us everything you know.
If
You're asking children to fight the House of Lords.
well, children.
And you're not willing to tell us all of your thinking.
Yeah, I don't think a revolution is built on lies, at least not amongst people who should be comrades.
Not lies, but
It's a
But
lie
let's
of
make it
omission
true.
if you know something and you're not telling us, which is what's happening right now.
my hesitation is not permanent. It is not that I do not wish for you to know. It is that I wish, before I reveal everything, to know from you whether you are on board. Pansy.
You are on board, though, both of you, right?
I'm on board as far as getting Eddie back, but I need to see what's what first. I'm not throwing in with you just because you think you've got my best interest at heart. Plenty of people think they know what's best for me. The orphanage certainly thought they knew what's best for me.
Yeah, the orphanage that you sent John back to, it sounds like.
Wait, you don't like the orphanage? Is that the problem here?
It's an orphanage.
We're in a chicken dinner. I think he's discovered something over here.
Oh my God! Can't believe an orphanage isn't a nice place to grow up. Are you thick?
Well, there's food and education and warmth and somewhere
What,
to
and
sleep.
horrible
and...
staff members who treat children awfully. No parents, no warmth at night.
There's
And
not
also,
nice
food
place
is
to
highly
eat.
debatable. I would say we had gruel. We had a bare, thin subsistence, and it was barely enough to get by. We left that place as soon as we possibly could, and we left behind plenty of children who were suffering, and we had to live with that every day, knowing that it was a horrible fate that we left them to, but we did because we couldn't stand it anymore. So yeah, orphanages.
Do you think
they're
we
bad.
ran away for fun?
I did wonder. It seemed an odd choice, Pansy. The Sister Francesca seems very nice and very well intentioned, and every time I checked up on anything, everything was.
You've been talking to Sister Francesca?
Yes. Well, she's. I was looking for these three, making sure the children are okay. It's one of my charitable projects to fund the orphanage, to ensure the
It's all
children.
well and good that we're a charitable project for you, but you do know that we're people, right? Not just a number, not just a spreadsheet, not just a bit of coin that you send down to the nuns.
Well, yes. That's why I wanted to ensure you were looked after, but I'm.
You did a lousy job of it.
Gosh.
He did. No, he looked after me. He got me out.
Yeah, once he knew you were valuable.
Oh, yes.
No, he made us valuable.
If he had the money to be supporting the orphanage, he had the money to make all of our lives better from the very beginning.
He wanted to make your life better.
Yes, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Listen, perhaps you are right, and the investment or the running of the institution was not as it should have been. But this is not. I have to say I don't. Theo, have your best interests at heart, not yours specifically. This is rather more grand and rather more important. Now, I was saying about it's the country. Pansy, have you told them about the importance of reform, of changing the political system in the country?
I said what you told me, sir.
Stopping all the future orphans from having a bad experience as you did, which that's not very good. But this is beyond that. This is about making things better for huge swathes of people. Do you know how many people there are in this country? And all you care about is the gruel and the fact that the institution that looked after you and cared for you wasn't good enough. Well, I'm sorry, but we have more important things to worry about.
That was the point, sir.
What was the point?
To make things better.
Yes, we're going to make things better.
Yeah,
For
by
the orphans.
Getting
For
a bunch
everyone.
of kids killed. That's how you're going to make things better.
I think at this point you probably pull up. I'm going to say this conversation is
Taking the journey.
Taking the journey, because I want to bring Fiona
Yep.
in on this. And as you sort of pull up, and like the cabbie's like, here you go. In the midst of this, like, tense
All these
moment.
magical children.
We trying not to hear the conversation happening behind us. the entire time.
Like fire powers. The fuck?
It's like later on, it's like Catherine, you will not believe what I heard on the journey here.
Oh,
drinking
another
again, haven't
tall
you?
tale.
You're a
No,
weirdo.
Is he going to be telling me you saw the Ripper in Whitechapel?
No, Westminster. I don't know how to tackle Westminster. Oh well. Anyway,
There's this like silence as you all come to this sort of like loggerheads as the carriage has just sort of stopped outside some buildings. You've come way east at this point.
This conversation's not over.
No.
I think
far
he's
from
just.
it.
I think Will's just gonna be like, this conversation's not over, and then just jump out and like run
Yeah.
in.
I'm gonna be on Will's tails.
I will run after them as well.
Okay. I think
And as we run, as I catch up to them, I'll sort of run past. And as I run past, I'll go, it's not just the firepower. And I'll just keep going.
She's going to say that. I'm going to like just turn to Theo and just be like, I think we agree, but we don't trust John B, right?
No. He's
good.
no, I think he means well.
Oh,
But,
I'm sure he means well. He's got a
I
very
don't
nice
think he's a
theory,
lick
but
sense.
well,
He's
just
gonna
gonna
get
let
us
you
all
know
killed.
well, maybe. I don't like him, but I don't necessarily disagree with him.
Sure, but there are plenty of people who you agree with who would happily lead you off a cliff because they thought they'd get you to salvation.
Yeah, maybe. Just watch out for him, because I don't know. I wonder how long he's had those fire powers, or where they come from, or if he's taken them from other kids, or so. I just keep your eye on him.
Yeah. That's a
And
good
then
point.
keeps running on.
Is it like a building that we're at?
yes. Yeah.
I want to do a lap
Do a lap of the building.
and scout it and see if there's like easy entrances or any like guards. She's trying to be sneaky.
Yeah. You are kind of a little bit out in the middle of nowhere by this point. You have left the town behind you. And this is not the kind of place that is guarded. It is active. You can hear the machinery from out here. It's loud. So you know it is currently in operation. There are high up windows. They look quite pretty and decorative. They're not sort of functionally, here, let me open this window and climb in. They're lots of little panes and panes in different colors. And there are a few other outbuildings around here as well. You don't see anything worrying.
Okay, and entranceways, what's...
I will say there are two entrances. There's a sort of big main entrance, and there's also another little door.
Okay. I'm gonna go for the little door as opposed to the main entrance because I feel like that's likely to be the place that is guarded if there are guards. You know, the side entrance is likely to be less of a focus.
I'm following suit.
Yeah, I will powers to unlock the door, and I'm happy to roll because I do feel like you've given me a couple of free uses there.
No. I think at this stage, getting through doors is not the.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, it is.
Then I will, use my powers, get in the door, and yeah, I think quietly and kind of, anyone who's following me in, just kind of advise like, quiet, finger to the lips, and just slowly take everything in as we're looking around.
You don't really need to be quiet because it is so loud in here.
Got it.
It is
Okay.
somewhat irrelevant.
Still, I'll be like, just keep a low profile.
You come in through I will say the side door. It leads to a side room, which kind of like the back rooms of the church. This is the here's where I'm going to put my feet up and read a newspaper and have a cup of tea room.
Yeah.
There's the here's where people might be hanging out kind of room. But you quickly move past that into the main space, which is almost this entire building that you've seen from the outside is one main space, and it's possibly one of the grandest places that you've ever been in. It's almost like a cathedral. It's tall. The upper levels are somewhat open, so you can see straight up to a sort of glass domed roof. And on either side are these two massive great engines up and down with these well, you can't really see it from down here, but moving parts going back and forth, up and down, a huge wheel turning. There is steam kind of filling the room, and it's very, very loud.
I think. Have I seen any signs of current activity of like adults in here?
No.
Great. Then I will just shout, Eddie! Trying to go over the top of the
Okay.
steam.
I want you to roll me. I want you to roll me shouting. This could be.
What's shouting?
Grit.
Yeah.
I'll let you get grit. Yeah.
All right. What am I hitting?
20?
No, stop.
Hit an 8.
Which is quite loud in here, right?
I'll roll it. I think I'll take the risk.
Can I give some help in this moment?
What would you like to do?
Can I also shout?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Well timed shouting.
While I do appreciate the help, Folarin, that's a 17.
Oh!
Your voice just rings out, echoing off all the ornate metalwork all around, over the sound of these huge engines pumping away. And Eddie, you hear this from the basement level. You are down at the sort of at the underneath of all of this moving machinery. It's coming through the floor, pumping away the sewers from the sewage below you, and you can see there is a spiral staircase that will lead you up into the main, up to where the sound came from.
Okay, I'll turn to Freddie and I was like, did you hear that? Someone knows I'm here.
What's that? What do we do?
Be brave. And I'm just gonna run up the stairs and go, ah! Face them head on.
I mean, it's quite a lot of steps, so this probably starts out really loud and maybe it's a little bit. You don't have the best lungs, Eddie. I don't want to.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, true. I cough quite a bit coming up. Yeah. Me, Cecily, and Freddie try and burst up. Yeah, absolutely.
The three of them emerge from this, like, just off to one side, this hole in the ground, basically. Suddenly, Eddie, a really small, grubby chimney sweep, and a very bedraggled pigeon. The three of you are standing there, and I think by this point, probably the others have also caught up and paid the cab driver, come round, found the door open.
I will have, before Jambi goes in, been like, "Sir, could you keep watch outside, please?"
Yeah. If you need. Wait, Pansy. Wait. I don't think they're on board with the plan, and I think maybe I've explained the plan badly. It's a good
you did
plan,
explain
right?
it Yes, I think so, sir. But you did explain it badly. But please, can we just get Eddie back and talk about this later?
Can you explain it to them? It's not.
Why should I have to, sir? It's your plan.
I think they like you. I think they trust you, and I want to get them on board.
I do too, sir. I'll do my best.
Don't have long.
I know. Just, I think you being there will be a distraction right now, sir.
Right.
It was very tense in the car.
Yes.
Carriage.
I'm sorry. I was trying to explain, and I'm sorry.
I just don't understand why you can't tell them.
Well, I think maybe I should, because I was afraid that if I told them and they might disagree and then go and tell someone else and stop us, but now I think that by not telling them, then they're much more
Yes, with all due
volatile.
respect, sir, I think you missed your chance.
You don't think they'll come round?
No thanks to you. And I'll walk into the building.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Drama! Children drama!
Queen Pansy. Yeah.
I think if I get any inclination, and I think, Will, I would imagine you're the same as me, just as soon as I get any inclination of Eddie being here, I'll rush and just try and give her a big hug.
Yeah.
Yep.
We see the cinematic like across all these pistons and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And I just
steam, rushing, yeah.
I rush straight to you. Princess Cecily in between us. So you have
Oi.
this wet.
Hey, there's a pigeon!
You're okay.
Yeah.
Freddie said that you'd gone into a basement and you'd been shouting and you hadn't been seen since.
Oh, don't worry about that. I'm fine.
No, there was shouting and I thought. I'm sorry.
There was a bit of shouting, but it's fine. It's not. It's not something we need to worry about anymore. Who's this? Who's your pigeon friend?
I extract myself from the hug.
I think I'm gonna stay holding your hand, and then just kind of say, "Let's not get into that now."
No.
You're all right. Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I know what I need to do. And I'll bring out Theo's book, and I will give it to Will. I'm like, I need you to hold on to this. And is Pansy here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pansy, I need you.
Hello, and I'll sort of run and appear. Hi, hello.
Pansy, and I'll indicate for you to hold the other side of the book.
Oh,
Just trust me, okay?
Okay.
Will.
I'll hold the book. It's not the book that I do anything to.
I know. And I say to Will, I think I need you to do something, and it might.
No. I'm with you.
Okay.
It's worth it.
Okay. And I turn back to Theo. Theo, your name is Theo Carter.
What?
And I am Eddie Walker. Edwina. This is William Radford. We left the orphanage together because we tried to go find your sister, Beth Carter. And I'm going to grab your hand.
What?
I'm going to grab your hand.
I don't have a sister.
And I am going to will my power. I appreciate I have one pigeon. And I want to try and recreate the moment that we had before where I was so cross at Theo. But I want to try and bring all that information, so thinking about the book, and all that information of those times that Theo thought he'd lost, and seeing the opposite view, and how I saw them, and remembering that the sweets thing, that my favourite sweets are rhubarb and custard, how he got me the doll, how he got the hat for Will, and just basically thinking around this, trying to connect it to the book, and trying to connect those powers to Theo by using it to recreate the whirlwind.
Will, what are you doing?
Oh, I think the
Well,
moment she pulls out the book, I go, this is a thing that I had been thinking about, and I basically try, this, I think that even without using my powers, I know that this book is such a receptacle for Theo's thoughts and feelings. Even as he's losing them, he's still putting so much of himself into this that I'm just if I can force those things back into his head, then that's what I'm trying to do.
If anyway,
Pansy will put her hands on the others, but before she goes, just a second. I might go away again. Theo, this won't mean anything to you right now, but maybe in a minute. She's looking for you.
Who?
I'm really sorry.
And then I mean, I'll ask you how many dice do you
Yeah.
think I need to use? Like, what am I trying to beat here?
And also, who's rolling it? How many?
I will use my loyal to give adversity tokens to give them +2.
I will give all my adversity tokens, which is 3.
Yeah, I'll give 1,
I guess
but mine's +2.
Okay.
it's like memories, but shoving the memories back into his brain.
Well, or just showing the other side of it. I don't necessarily want to. My aim is
I-
not to rewrite these memories, but to show that there are other sides to it that he might have forgotten.
Can I
Yeah.
try and be like a conduit to like
Yeah.
be the
Yeah.
like channel it through me? And so if I have to grab Theo, I will
Yeah.
reach out my hand.
Big circle.
Okay.
What one might call a coven.
What one might call Pansy might die.
No.
Yeah.
What I'm going to say is that I would like you. Is that right? Wait. My math's correct. Yes. I would like you to roll a 14. But you.
+2 from me.
And 3 from me.
2 and 3 is 5.
So you need to roll a
it's
9.
Is
Yeah.
that doable?
Well,
Yeah.
depends
Oh,
on how
you're
many
just
dice-
rolling d6s.
It's
Rolling
D6s,
D6s.
so-
Isn't what they have
18.
to-
So if I rolled 3d6,
Uh-huh,
that seems fairly doable.
Wait,
Um,
and you add dice posthumously.
Posthumously?
what, the fuck?
Posthumously?
What do you mean?
No, I just mean after the roll.
Oh, right. It's like,
No.
I was joking about
Pansy
Pansy dying.
Everyone
Because
died.
I'm asking for you to clarify your
Pa-
rules.
yeah, okay. My ruling is Pansy is acting as the conduit for this.
Yeah.
If it's not working, Pansy might be able to do something about it, but Pansy will take the cost.
The consequences of it. Okay.
That's what she does.
okay. Fine. Does everyone agree me rolling? Should I go 4?
I think go 4.
I think maybe go 4.
Imagine
It
how
seems worth it
terrible.
to go.
Imagine how
Oh.
terrible it would be if you came up just shy with 3.
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I think that's fine. Again, it's more narrative than anything. But I
I
know we want a happy ending, but that's why I'm just like, I think 3.
3.
I appreciate I've put Pansy in this position quite quickly.
Okay.
I didn't consent
Yeah,
to
you
it,
did
but-
shove the book in her
I'm
hand.
gonna go for 3 only because actually even the heartbreaking option
think it's
here is interesting.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I'm gonna roll these one by one.
No.
I'm really nervous.
4.
It's good.
9.
Okay.
I have to go.
So you have to get
Five.
Another
5
4.
more.
8.
Oh, we've done it.
Just roll it anyway. Just roll it.
Just roll it.
Roll it.
15.
Oh dear.
We're all the pigeons now. Like,
Oh.
Who would like to narrate what happens? I feel like either Theo or either
It
Zack
can't be
or
me.
Fiona.
It can't be me.
Okay,
think-
yeah, I
Fiona.
think Fiona.
Okay. Again, it's a pathetic attempt by Wet Cecily, who probably doesn't move that much, but I think what Theo might see is just like this small scrunched up face filled with tears, thinking, and then that sort of looking at the book and getting those flashes of probably seeing yourself from a different angles, sort of lower down, looking up, doing things like hiding the book, taking things, but a gentler side how Eddie sees Theo, of a kind, caring person that would do anything for his found family. And whether or not that conflicts with what you feel, but it's not to overwrite the memories, it's how she remembers it. And I think with both Pansy and Will, against maybe connecting their own memories and having that together and just giving a beautiful palette of amazing memories of happiness, which I don't think Theo has felt for a long time, of being loved and being respected as and seen as an equal in this found family.
And Will, as you, I think you see it on Theo's face, emotions that have become recently foreign. It's almost strange to see them there, but you feel this twisting inside you as this power flows through you, flows through Pansy, flows through Eddie, and you see Theo's body fill with all of this. You feel yourself twisting up inside. You feel that anger, you feel that bitterness, that frustration, everything that Theo was taking and pushing away, but was building up each time he used his powers, each time he forgot something and he knew he couldn't find it. And it's all through you. It is you right now.
And it goes into me, not Pansy, in this moment.
Yes, I was going to. That was if you had failed and Pansy had to use an extra die to rescue it. I would have put it into Pansy.
I'm happy to take some of it if you want.
It is. I appreciate that it's bending the rules, but basically splitting it.
You are also the author of the rules, so.
Because splitting it would weaken it. And there's all three of you, and I'm like, well, is it good by three? I've decided that Will retains it in this case, despite Pansy's help and Eddie's help.
I think all that happens then is as you sort of feel this wave of emotions, I think Will's eyes sort of fill with tears and they sort of begin streaming, but it's very much, it's not sort of tears of sadness or joy. It's almost just like an absolute like rage of emotions all at once, and the body can't really do much else but sort of begin to cry. But you see as he does so, his like brow sort of furrows and there's this kind of look of rage on his face. Very quiet, cold anger as he sort of lets go, steps back, and doesn't say anything but just watches.
I think I grab Eddie's hand, I grab Will, and I just kind of pull them, and Pansy, and I just pull them into this like embraced and just. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I forgot everything.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm just trying to protect you.
Theo, do you want it to stop?
What?
No.
The memory loss. I can take it away.
How?
I just have to. I take it all away.
Well, no.
I don't have to. I just, if you need me to, I can. I don't know if it would bring anything back, but
I'll think.
It's there.
I'll think about it.
Pansy, look, I've had enough of being pushed around and not understanding what's going on. You tell us everything you know. I don't care what allegiance you think you owe to John B. Right now, your allegiance is to us.
When we all started getting our powers, they didn't realize mine for a long time. I don't really remember how I got it, but then one day I was out with Stephen, and we were just playing patty cake, and suddenly we did a clap, and it was the loudest earth-shattering thing you've ever heard, much more than he'd ever done. At the orphanage, they'd started to notice, and then that was the day John became. and took us all. And there were lots of us. Well, more than there are now. And
What do you mean more than there are now?
that's a good question. I'll just check some numbers. Please hold. There were 7 of us. But there should have been 10. It was you 3. You were missing. You'd gone. And we all went, and we started training and reading and doing all these wonderful things, and we had real food and a butler and Mrs. Halfmill. I remember her very well because we lived together, and it was, and they were lovely, and Sister Francesca was gone, and we never had to go back. And everything was good. And then Jambi started telling us about the plan, about the revolution, about how we'd been pushed into the dirt for so long, and there could be a better world where no one had to suffer like that. And we were suffering, and we are suffering because of these horrible people in power, and they didn't earn it. They don't have any respect. They took it because of where they came from, and it's not fair. And he told us how we were special, and we are. Don't you see how special we all are? We can make a real difference. And then things... The others, they weren't... Sometimes the powers, they can be hard to control, and...
So Jambi took some of them away.
You took some of them away.
I was helping. They didn't like it. Sarah didn't like it. She didn't like her power. She didn't want it anymore, so I took it. And it has to go somewhere. I can't just remove them. They have to go into something new. And Jambi said he could take them. And so I thought I was helping them, and John, it was getting dangerous. We were all in danger. He was hurting people. You can't have uncontrolled flames in a house full of children. So
John went back to the orphanage. What happened to the other 3?
The other 2, they went back too.
I think Will is just gonna he's gonna hear all of this. He's gonna walk towards Pansy with a sort of look of determination on his face. He's gonna pass her and sort of pat her on the shoulder as he walks past. He's gonna go up to Jambi, and he's gonna he's gonna keep going. He's going to keep going until he's outside, and he's going to take his best swing.
Okay, wait. Okay, I will interrupt you there then. You start walking towards the door you came in, and as you turn to walk towards it, you see Jambi walking in.
Oh no.
With his hands slightly raised. And behind him, Sally.
Oh shoot.
Holding a gun. And
Who's
then...
Sally? Who the fuck's Sally?
You're fucking with me. Are you serious?
Who the fuck is Sally?
He's the woman
Not a
from
pigeon?
the church.
Not a pigeon.
That's Eleanor.
Oh,
No, that's Eleanor.
No.
Sally is
Eleanor.
the one you stole
Sally's,
from.
your best
Sally
friend,
is your
Sally.
Yeah,
Sally is the woman
Zach
who
forgot.
His memories. Fuck,
That's
man.
Zach forgot. No, that's Zach.
Sally's your best
Sally-
buddy.
Sally-
Colleague,
Eleanor.
friendly, lovely
Yeah.
in the
colleague.
first episode was oh, I hate this woman who I work with, and I'm going to steal money from her.
I
And she
remember now,
despises
yes.
him.
And she came by my house. Yes, I recall.
Yeah.
I recall.
The one who also works for
I'm
that
familiar.
boss that you destroyed.
Killed /
before
descendants.
She was
Ah.
due to arrive there to do a really lucrative job that was going to make her a lot of money. That one.
Oh, well.
You see her coming in, and at this point, I'm going to say you also, having clocked this, realize that you've been having this intense moment. You are not alone in this room. from the other side of you, you see Sean, your other colleague.
Oh, bloody
You see another man who you have worked with before, who's done jobs with you for Tanner before, and you see several teenagers, younger, rough-looking kids who you don't particularly recognize, who are also there, and one of them is holding Freddie with a hand over his mouth. And you realize that maybe Freddie might have wandered off while you were having this conversation.
What do you mean he wanders off?
That's beautiful.
And with that, we will go to the
What
witch.
would that be like?
I mean, we'll go to the law drop, I believe.
We will,
right?
sorry, we will go.
Yeah.
We'll end part one.
Oh,
God.
gosh.
Sorry, I need to
okay.
recover from the fact I've been Eddie to myself. Okay.
Hey,
Oh,
Freddie.
how
Eddie.
does that feel?
Dreadful. All right. Oh,
Bloody
well done.
hell.
Okay. Well, how tense was that, everyone? I'm glad everyone's back. Welcome to this week's law drop. Today, friends. I
So to
thought.
switch into like such a cheery mode. Like, anyway, facts are fun, aren't they?
Urchins. All right, team. So,
No urchin
Oh,
dance for
dear.
you. I'm feeling it.
For me,
For
no,
any
no,
of
no,
us.
Any of us, I think. Anyway,
more dancing.
team. Let's talk about my favourite subject in the whole world. That's right, bookshops. I
perfectly
This is-
relevant.
So you were trying to get. Folarin was like, "What should I do a law drop on?" And you were like, "Bookshops, bookshops. Have you thought about bookshops?"
and then he didn't take it, so I
You
was like,
can't,
right,
Eddie can't even read. It's like you're like, I'm
Yeah.
doing
I'm
will-themed law drops.
I am. And technically, I know the particular bookshop I'm going to be talking about wasn't founded in the Victorian era. It was founded in 1903. So don't
Missed
come for
out
me.
by a whisker.
It's slightly out. I want to talk to everyone today about the Foyles Bookshop, which I think most of us here probably have been to in
Big one?
London. The huge one. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes. So let me tell you about Foyles. It is
Tottenham Court Road.
on Tottenham Court Road. It's if you have not been to
got
London, I know Sam, who was in chat, was asking about where to go in London or something like that. Let me tell you, Foyles Bookshop in London
Yeah.
is brilliant. Basically, like 5 or 6 floors of just any book you want. But
Love a
did you
bookshop.
know? Let me get my notes. So it did hold the Guinness World Book of Records for the longest lines of shelving. 30
Oh.
miles of books
Wow.
That's a lot of miles in that one shop.
all the way around. Right?
Holy fuck!
Yeah.
When you're finished with your lore drop, I've got a fun little factoid about this bookshop as well.
I can't wait. I'm
Really
excited.
quickly, for the people amongst us who are bad at sort of picturing distances and sort of measurements, 31 miles, what does that mean?
30 miles.
30 miles, even.
I don't know. I think it's like encompasses the whole of the Isle of Dogs or something like that.
What is?
Oh my gosh.
That's
30
just me making
miles.
something up. I don't know. It's
don't-
Fiona
don't.
facts. We know Fiona's not very good at facts. But just so whilst Emily's looking that up, it has various famous clientele. I will say because we talked about Evita last week. So Eva Perón, the Argentinian first lady.
Shut up.
She, one time, found herself short of cash one day, so she paid for her books with a crocodile skin vanity case. One time.
No.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
hmm We had, what was the other thing? There was, I had it here, where's it gone? No, that's about a meteor. So up until fairly recently, I think just before it moved to the current place where it is now, the person that was in charge of it, which was like a descendant of the co-owners, she organized all the books not by alphabetical order, not by genre, but by publisher. So it was a bugger to find any book. So much so that people, like, you would go to assistants and they would have no idea where your book was. The idea was that you just go around and just get vibes of books. She also had a particular shopping system whereby you would go say, I would like to buy a book, please. And they were like, excellent. You've got your book. Great. Here's a ticket to go stand in a different line for you to pay it. You couldn't pick the book up and pay at the same time. So you'd have to queue twice. Wild, I know.
I found out a better way.
Go on.
You'd have to run 165 laps of a football field, like a UK football field, to do 30 miles.
Wow.
165.
That's too many.
How
I
many
can
how
barely
many
even
football
conceive
fields
of
does
that.
it stack together?
I don't know.
So Christina Foyle is the person I was talking about there. The reason she had these ways of doing things is that she just didn't like anything modern. She refused to have like computers or electronic tills, and spent no money on refurbishments until she passed on and was given to, I think, some various cousins who now run it. She once fired 40 female staff because they were talking too loudly.
Wow. By the way, it's 528 football pitches stacked up.
Just yeah, that would make sense because you're not laughing, so that makes sense.
They are also
Slots.
the bookshop that apparently telegrammed Hitler asking to buy books that he was burning in the 1930s.
I can read
Shut
this.
up.
This
This
is on the-
Can I just? Sorry, you don't. Like, if you don't
Sorry,
need them,
but
like,
could I actually fund the Nazi war
You
effort
could-
instead of you burning those books?
Yeah, we'll give you money.
Yeah, I will
Please
say
don't buy-
Oh, did they offer money? I thought they were just saying if you're going to burn them, we might as well have them.
Well,
No,
I think
no,
it was
no,
a buy.
buying
They
books.
were going to buy them. All right, fine.
It's on the about us on the website, so this is true according to them. But in brackets, it said Hitler wouldn't sell, which doesn't surprise me. Famous vegetarian George Bernard Shaw, playwright and well-known author, spoke on the
Is he
protection of
famous
birds.
for? Oh, okay. I was like, why are they leading with famous vegetarian? That's not what I
Well,
consider when
you'll
I hear
find
George
out-
Bernard
no,
Shaw. But
They used
okay,
to
yeah,
have
carry on.
these luncheons, literary luncheons at things. Apparently, the guests were served chicken at this particular thing.
The protection of birds, and they serve them chicken. I love it.
To the vegetarian,
Absolutely.
yes.
Yeah, exactly. And finally, someone once quoted that if Kafka had been a bookseller, then Foyles would have been the result. The way it's sort of all organised. And stuff. So there you go. There's some random facts about Foyles, the bookshop on Tottenham Court Road. I'd highly recommend go checking it out. I've always gone in and bought several books that went on the way out. You can't leave without buying a book.
true.
Yeah,
It's very
Unless you
dangerous.
queue twice, obviously. If you queue
But
once,
you know
you're
what you
not gonna-
can't
yeah.
buy at that Foyles?
What can't you buy?
A single game book. I
Really?
once went into
Uh.
that Foyles on Tottenham Court Road being like, do you have any Dungeons and Dragons books? And they were like, nope.
Wow, that surprises me
They
because I
didn't say
think like
what's that. They were like,
Waterstones
I know
do
what
have
that
that
is,
kind of
and
stuff.
no.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah.
not.
That sounds like some nerd shit. So no,
Yeah,
thank you.
no, we don't do nerd shit.
Not in the
Oh.
bookstore.
Look at the
Yeah.
No, thank you.
I went into the Piccadilly Waterstones the other day while I was killing time, the one with like 6 floors.
Mhm.
That's a good
And
one.
I really enjoy it in there. I like going into a bookshop. I just
Me
enjoy that. It is one of my like true like calming.
Yeah.
If I'm ever in an office and I have like a rough work day, I will go to a bookshop and I'll just walk around the bookshop for a little bit and just read
So
books and be
good.
like, it's fine, everything's fine. There are books in the world,
Mm.
and normally buy a book. But but the board game bit in that Piccadilly one is pretty decent.
It's very
It's
The
decent.
like a big
Waterstones are-
chunky bit, and they had some cool stuff. And I was like,
Waterstones are very good for games.
Yeah.
"Mm."
Highly
I was
recommend.
surprised.
Well, there you go. Go check out Foyles or Waterstones if you're looking for RPG books and board games and stuff. But there you go.
They actually had the Deck of Many Things, like fancy version. And I was like, ooh,
Ooh.
could buy it, but I chose not to.
Well done.
Oh,
I
straight.
controlled myself.
It's money. It was expensive.
Well, there you go. That's the ball drop for this week.
Lovely.
Wonderful. So nerdy. So like I will be telling you about my favourite bookshop. Like, this
I
is what
will.
the Lord Drop was conceived to be. Like you will be hearing about my favourite things.
I will tell you. I won't. Yeah, I won't do it through Folarin. You know what? I'll
Yeah.
do it.
Me.
I don't need a conduit.
Thank you so much, Fiona, and thank you everyone who has joined us live, and thank you to the people in the future as well, because I love the future people. Don't go away. We will be back in a few minutes. See you soon.
Also, please save us because we're
Yeah,
struggling
send
here
help.
in the past.
If you could super chat, Shami says if you
We haven't
super
got super
chat,
chat.
then she won't kill us all.
Oh, no.
I don't think we have a
Mm.
super chat.
Is that me?
option.
Oh, Can you not
We haven't
super
got that.
chat?
We haven't got
Oh.
that turned on. No.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
We
See
don't.
ya.
We,
Oh, well,
we were like, we
didn't.
didn't want to make people pay to like put messages in chat. It feels weird.
Yeah, it's just a nice
Yeah,
gimmick.
you are you can't be saved. So if only we'd turned on super chat, you would have been saved. But never mind.
I can turn it on.
Unlucky.
We'll see you guys in 5 minutes.
Bye.
Bye.
The steam is filling the room. The sound of the engines, of the clanking, and Sally steps further in, you see Jambi looking very confused, and you see very, very slowly one of his hands trying to reach into the satchel that he's got over his shoulder.
Wait, hey, Sally, Sean, and various children. Hello.
You little fucking rat!
State your intentions.
State my intentions.
Go on.
I intend to give you what's been a long time coming. That's what my
Why?
intentions
What have I done?
are.
What have I done?
Oh no! Do you know what? Nothing. You're just a mild inconvenience to me. That's why I'm gonna completely fuck you up because you're a.
Did
you're
you
a
follow
little-
me to a sewage pump? Did you know we were going to be here? You got them all hiding in the back. Did you send all the children?
We had people looking out where you might be.
This is
And
a
I
bit
said that
creepy,
church is
Sally.
one of
I'm
the
just a
places.
teenager. You into that? That's grim.
I'll be in to doing your head in. That's what I'll be into.
That's... Oh, I don't want to do that. Sir?
I think everyone's sort of taking a bit of a step in, sort of. There's a
Yeah, I'm absolutely, like,
yeah.
just running my mouth just to...
Yeah.
Throw
She's
her off.
fully into like.
And I'm kind of
As
like...
they,
yeah.
well, as they step in, Pansy will step up next to Theo and go,
Mm.
Theo, what's going on? And just sort of grab your hand.
I was going to say, it's all right.
Yeah.
Take my hand.
Oh.
Now, Sally and Sean and, again, various assembled children. I take it you saw what happened to Tanner, right?
I don't know how you did it, but you think you're so tough. Let's put it to the test, shall we?
Let's. And I'll take her gun. I'll take her gun.
Lovely. I don't think this is it's new,
Feels like a pretty low.
but it's
DC,
not.
right?
You've been doing some wacky stuff. It would have been.
Look,
would have been
it's
It's
fine.
just
certainly
pulling a
not-
bit of metal. You're only.
Yeah.
It's only
This
weird
is
if it's
not
done, but
as
it's not.
new as some of
Yeah.
the stuff I've done.
Like the
previously.
chandelier shit was way worse, right?
Yeah.
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 I think
Feels
I
like
would
a-
like you to.
Two?
4 at best.
Maybe one.
I won.
I would like you to roll a 6.
Okay, I can. I'll do 2 dice.
Ooh.
I'll do 2 dice.
Okay.
Okay. Wish me luck.
I would just- Luck.
That's a 4.
Okay, we're sorted.
Fine.
I have 1 adversity token.
Yeah, I've used mine.
Pansy's help.
Oh, that was a 4 altogether.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
we've
yeah.
used all of ours up.
Wait, what? Oh, you wanted a 6, didn't you? Oh, yes. I'm helping. I'll spend my final adversity token. Oh, for the gun?
For the gun? What do you mean for the
well,
gun?
There's just a lot of other shit that's gonna happen. I haven't got any other adversity tokens.
This
But,
is kind of an important one.
Is it?
Yes.
There was only the one gun. I should just clarify.
But yeah, but
Yeah, it's on
No, that's
Jambi.
not-
Yeah, I'll spend it. Yeah. So
Thank
you get a
you.
+2 because I'm loyal. So
Oh, +2. Then
Keep
in that
yours
case, I
then.
don't actually need it.
No.
I don't need to spend my adversity token. So
Yeah,
that
keep
is
it.
6.
That's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Whoa.
And I think her gun just like wrenches itself out of her hand and flies
Yeah.
into mine, and suddenly I'm pointing a gun at her.
Beautiful. And I think Pansy.
Hmm.
I think you forget the conversation in the coach.
Oh fuck!
sure. Yeah, that tracks.
Would you agree?
Yeah.
Now,
Sorry,
Sally,
everyone.
Now, Sally, I don't think you quite understand what you've got yourself caught up in. Now, I understand that sometimes we get bitten over our heads. I certainly do all the time.
I think.
Now, I'm going to be really generous. Now, I'm going to give you an opportunity to forget this ever happened and turn around. And then, guess what? Nothing bad will ever happen. I'll forget all about this. We'll go our separate ways. And nothing bad will come of it. But if you do not take my very generous offer, I cannot promise retribution will not come down on your head.
As Theo is saying this, I think Sally felt and saw very clearly what just happened.
Mhm.
I think not everyone did, and I think the others of you probably see a large brown-haired guy basically coming up behind. I'd say gonna say sneaking up, but it's loud. He doesn't have to sneak. Everyone is shouting. This whole conversation is just shouted.
Loud noises, yeah.
Coming towards Theo, slowly at first, but as he sort of breaks into a run going for him, is there anything anyone else would like to do?
I will look Stephen dead in the eye and go, Stephen, now!
Stephen,
I love that Pansy's power is just yelling at children and getting them to do shit.
Stephen claps his hand together. You're not going over there. You're just getting him
No,
to
I'm
do
not.
it. Right?
Yeah, I'm just shouting. Yeah.
Stephen claps his hands together. And what would anyone else like to do anything simultaneously? First off,
No.
Can't think of anything. Yeah.
I've
I
done
will-
my thing.
I will prepare to also roundhouse kick anyone who comes anywhere near me.
That's your child.
Oh yeah, she's been training.
Okay.
That is
That's
her
true.
actual power. Is Pansy is ripped as fuck.
Incredible.
Wow.
You just go and you're
Fight is
you've got
my
abs.
thing. Yeah.
yeah. Sort of the Victorian sort of like pinafores. And you're like,
Oh.
oh God.
That's a ripped
Right.
child.
Stephen brings his hands together, and the ground shakes. And Pansy, you can see that even without you, he's sort of decided this is probably the moment to put quite a lot into this. I would like everyone to roll brawn for me to stay
Brought
standing.
Okey-dokey.
Bye-bye.
What's the what are we looking to
And
meet?
DC is probably a 10.
Oh well.
Okay.
Unless I explode a couple of times, I'm fucked.
I was
Yep,
going to say, unless I explode,
We're children.
I'm fucked.
Do I get any like advantage on it because I asked him to and I know what's coming?
Ooh, you do. Oh, you do very much know what's coming, but also the ground is shaking. I will say
fair.
you can have. You've been here before. You're kind of trained. Yeah, I'll say you can have a +2.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just need it to explode and then what was it? An 8?
This is bad.
10.
10.
A 10.
Yeah.
Okay. So just,
Could
just
it be-
okay.
could it be
It's
an
got to
8?
explode twice.
Could it be
Wait.
an 8?
I feel like Folarin is having a moment.
Hey, Folarin. How many times have you exploded that dice?
Hang on.
I exploded twice. I have a D4. I got a 4, 8, 12. I got a 14.
Nice.
Guys, I have a D10. I rolled a 10 and then an 8 plus 1. I rolled 19.
What the fuck?
I got a 5.
I got a 3.
Oh
my gosh, Charles and
That felt
Violet
so
also
good.
did not do it all well.
All the people who know what's coming.
Yeah,
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 they're like, what? And we're like,
yeah. Neither did Jambi.
Does Sally
I'm
succeed?
gonna say at that kind of like level, everyone is down except for Will and Theo.
Great.
At this
So
point.
I'm gonna walk up over top of Sally.
Can I add something at this point?
Yes.
As Jambi falls, you see
Oh shit.
he was going for his satchel. He kind of reached in. He falls, and the box falls out of his satchel, and a clear, what looks like it might be a piece of glass, goes skittering across the floor
oh,
away from him.
Oh no.
I
I'm
run
just
after
gonna
it?
go. I'm just gonna look to Will and go, Will, and
Yeah.
like gesture
On
for you
it.
to go get it.
I'm just gonna go and like jet after that.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go up to Sally.
Okay, Theo, you go ahead.
Now I don't like repeating myself, so I won't. I'll just remind you that this right here, click the gun forward, is your final chance. You want to run? Because this is the last time you'll get it with no consequences.
We'll come back with more people then. You can't just do whatever you like. This ain't your city.
Why do you care? I'm a kid,
You're a little shit, is what you are.
and you're weird. But you don't see me holding that against you. Now, take your chance before you lose your life. All right?
Fine, I'm out. I don't care.
Go make some money elsewhere. I'm not your problem.
I was gonna be rich. I was gonna
You
be
can
rich.
still
if it
be
weren't for
rich
you.
if you leave.
She kind of like scrambles back to her feet by this point, and looks like really like miffed and impotent and just
That's her
Wants-
entire
wants to
character the entire
you
way
so
through
much.
this
Yeah.
series.
She still hates you.
If
Not
I
that
may,
Yeah.
a lone pigeon flies across and poops on her shoulder.
Oh.
Oh, bad luck. Oh, good luck.
It's good luck. It's good luck. Yeah.
Ah, go
I
on,
think-
you'll make lots of money.
As that happens, Eddie, I will also say, like you make this little connection with Princess Cecily, who kind of flies in, as you're kind of reaching out and making that connection, you just get this little sense, and you look up, and on the glass dome, just lots of little feet, just like on the other side of this thick glass. You don't know if they were there the whole time or if they've just arrived, but you can sense them. And I'm going to say something else as well. Your connection with Princess Cecily is special. Like, Princess Cecily is more communicative than other pigeons. You know, you can really talk to her. You can have a conversation with her.
We can share secrets, yeah.
You can really open up
Yeah,
to each
she
other.
really has my back.
Her feathers are full of secrets.
In a way that sometimes other pigeons just
That's why her plumage is so big.
I was thinking it.
other pigeons sometimes aren't as responsive. But these ones, it's like you can hear them chattering. They have a Princess Cecily-like quality. They just have that slightly more awake, alive, vocal, reaching out.
Country pigeons, okay.
We are on the outskirts of London
You
now,
are,
so yeah.
you are. Meanwhile, okay, while that was going on, Will, you were running for this clear stone. One of the teenagers who is standing around, having been brought in to cause some trouble, not really sure what's going on, but that looks like it might be worth something, is going to grab for it as well. What would you like to use to try and grab it?
Oh gosh, I think it has to be flight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That feels appropriate.
Yeah.
you are.
What's your
fly-
flight?
It's a D12.
That's not
That's
terrible.
good.
It's not terrible.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the second best.
I just didn't want to say in case.
Now
it
it's
changed.
now it's a 20.
Well,
These are
Yeah.
24.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say for a complete, like simple, easy success, I'd like you to roll a 10. But
What happened to all these sevens from before, Shamini?
You won't-
She did hear
The
D12.
finale.
I knew I shouldn't have said anything. Damn it.
it's tricky because I don't want you to completely fail, but I also don't want you not get the adversity token if you fail. So I'll say if anything less than that, you will get the adversity token, but you might not completely fail. It depends how far
Okay.
off that you are.
Oh, I've got an adversity token back because I
Yep,
failed that
I-
roll. I
yep,
forgot
excellent.
about
Please
that.
make note of it.
Yes.
We need them for now.
Okay, here's my D12. I get a +1.
Come on.
Okay.
You got this.
Just-
9 or
just
higher.
Explode.
No, it's just 9 or higher.
I got a 7, so +1 is an 8.
Oh,
Okay.
an adversity
But,
token.
No, you get an adversity
you haven't got
token,
But
Neither
could
do
I,
one.
wait,
and
could I argue that I help him by pointing him in the direction of it and give him my final adversity token?
I don't think a little head nod is helping him. get-
Fine, you're right.
Yeah.
I
You're
am
busy
trying
having
my
your own-
best.
Here she is being a proper.
No, but to be fair, I think
Ah.
Theo is having his own moment.
Theo's
I
not
am.
paying
Yeah,
attention
I
right
really
now.
just wanted
Um,
to.
So what we'll say is you don't manage to grab it. I will say this teenager is there, hand darts out, grabs it. But I will say you are able to grab them. You are like right there as they grab it. You are like right up against them. What would you like to do?
Give them memories of
I'm
the
not
sunshine.
strong at all, so I think. Wait, sorry, what did you say?
I just said give them memories of their sad childhood.
Might not be such a bad idea. I think the first thing he's going to try, he's going to be like on this guy's shoulder, and he's going to just whisper in him and just be like, all right, and sorry, can he almost like jump onto this guy's back and then kind of be like, all right, I realise that this is sort of a strange circumstance under which we are meeting for the first time, but I would like to posit to you that this gem will be of no value to you whatsoever, whereas me, I'm in the position where I might be able to, for example, pawn this off, gain a bit of money, and ultimately, do you not feel that if we were to enter into some sort of agreement, that it would be more beneficial to you to be my friend than it would be to be my enemy?
I love that you're saying all that while on this person's
Oh yeah, I'm literally like on you, but I'm like doing this.
Would you like to roll a charm check?
I would love
Any
to roll a
chance?
job check.
What?
This is quite hard. Look. I don't think they're very receptive, and you're on them. I'm gonna say I would like you to get a 12 for this one.
And
What
you're
are you
on
rolling?
them.
I like the idea
And
that
you're on them.
you're like, oh, I did get through to them, but maybe I've changed their mind.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What are you rolling for this one?
I'm rolling a d10.
Okay.
Plus one.
Okay.
You just
Uh,
have to explode.
Yeah, I just have to explode. It's gonna be so easy.
I exploded with a D10 last time. Yeah.
We've all exploded with a D10.
For fuck's sake.
No.
Oh, wait, no, hold on. 8 plus 1, 9.
9.
What number did we say?
10.
Oh, we said 12. We said 10.
10.
No, we said 12.
Wait,
Then I'm...
oh,
Said 12, said 12,
You said
said
12.
12.
Oh, because
sorry.
yeah, no, sorry.
Yeah. Well, got another adversity token.
Yeah, add them up.
Yeah.
You
hold on
are
to those.
on this teenager. I think the conversation with Sally is sort of like wrapping up. I should have come to this first, straight action based. Before I continue, Pansy, what are you doing at this?
I'm going over to Jambi.
You're going over to
I'm
Jambi.
checking he's all right.
Okay, Jambi is pushing himself up, and he's immediately like, the stone.
Oh, where is it?
And he's looking over at where at this point Will and this kid are kind of scrabbling and fighting, and I don't think this surprises you, Pansy, but Will, Jambi is suddenly in front of you. Like a moment ago he wasn't, and now he is.
Oh.
Oopsie.
And
We got a night crawler.
John! It's like,
That's not John.
he grabs this kid's hand, and at this and starts prizing his fingers open. And at this stage, you are very much helping out. Like he's able to do this because you are like on this kid's back. As he sort of grasps around this clear stone, and I will say, Theo and Eddie, you haven't quite clocked that this is going on yet. But
Yeah,
Pansy
sure,
and Will,
sure.
is there anything else? Is there anything you'd like to do?
No, because I trust Jambi again now, so yes, you can have the stone. Lovely.
I would like to see if I can grab the stone whilst it's in contention and then
Yeah.
run away.
Okay, you're on the kid's back, holding onto the kid, right?
Yes.
You leaped onto him from behind.
I think the moment John comes into the equation,
Yeah.
I'm happy to have like jumped off the kid a little bit, like left, like kind of come off, seen him grab the stone, and then I'm almost like, oh, my opportunity. I'm going to
Okay.
grab and then see if I can run.
So you're going to go in and try and grab it from him.
Yeah.
I will say this is Braun. So you're trying to physically wink it from him. And I will say he's not super strong, but he is very like
A grown
laser
up.
focused on holding it. Yeah, you're not going to surprise him and be like, oh, I dropped it. You know, he's like, the thing, the valuable thing that I needed. So I will say, again, I'm going to say 9.
okay.
Okay, everyone, should I use the die that exploded to hell
No,
last time? Or
no.
will it... Okay, it's run out of juice, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously. Come on now.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make
Anyone
sure.
who
Whoa.
disagrees, you're wrong. They can't do the same thing again and again. That's ridiculous.
Unless they're loaded dice.
Yes.
Got a 4.
Okay, explodes.
As in, we're exploding.
Yep.
Okay, here's
We've
a
got
load.
an 8.
Okay, 8. All right.
Oh my god.
Come on.
What did you need? You
Wait,
needed
what
an
are we
eight,
He
right?
needed a 9. He's got it. He's
Yeah,
got
so
it.
you're done.
He's done it.
Oh, just to roll
Oh,
anyway.
I've
You
done
never
it.
know.
Oh,
You've
great.
done it again,
Roll
Folarin.
roll
That's the
roll
second
roll.
time you've rolled 2 4s and then needed
That's
a 9
so
and
funny,
been
and then I
like,
got a 1.
let's see what the final one's gonna be.
Well,
You've already
yeah.
done it.
Was it a 1
Done
on the
it.
final one?
It was a 1 on the
Oh,
final
amazing.
one.
Oh my
so,
God.
So just
Fucking hell.
So
I
just
explode
so
on...
good.
Oh, I guess you do have more likelihood of exploding on the D4.
On the 4.
Yes.
1 in 4,
I,
in fact.
I guess that is the point.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Anyway.
you are so fast, and you just rip this from his strong grip. But you're not. You're able to get it, but you're not fast enough to make your clean escape. And as you come and snatch this thing from him, which he wasn't expecting. He was so focused on it, but he wasn't expecting you to take it. And he sort of like cries out in anger. And where's the other one? Oh, that one.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, here it comes.
I don't
I
think
think
this is it either. I think this is something else.
I think he is going to grab you back. So kind of the same thing that you did to the other guy. You're like, I've got it. Oh no, you're here.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna grab your arm, and I think he's going to take out a cigar from the inside pocket of his coat.
Have Eddie
Yeah.
and
Do I
I
see
twigged
this?
what's happening?
I think at this point, Theo and Eddie, you hear this cry of anger, and you turn around and you see Mr. Jarnby, and Will sort of hand sort of locked in.
Can I run over?
Yeah.
And like, I'm gonna grab for both of their hands to try and like pull them apart because I see what's about to happen. And I like both of them at this point. But all I will say, Shamini, is I'm
Yeah.
touching both
Oh,
of
that's
them.
interesting. Oh, that's very interesting.
I hate this.
Sorry,
Yeah, and the
I have
thing
my
is that-
Shamini orders.
and the
I
thing
can
that Mr.
always
Jarnby-
tell when Emily switches from acting as Emily to acting as Shamini.
Right, Mecca.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting blamed for this. I'm the GM. That's fair.
Yeah, you
It's your
are.
fault. This is your
no,
fault.
This is my fault. Mr. Jarnby knows he hasn't gone on the practice missions with you before, but your abilities are so key to him learning to use his own, and he needs 2 things to really let them go, and it is the stone, and it is to be touching Pansy. And at this
Pansy will
point,
be like, "Let go of him," and like try and pull them apart.
you see the cigar start to smoke on its own, and then a flame flickering from nothing, and then a bigger flame, and this is more flame than a burning cigar should ever have. And Will, you have been here before. You get this intense deja vu as you just stare at this cigar getting brighter, the flame growing. You have seen this before, and you are both right there as this flame grows. Theo and Eddie, what are you doing?
Okay, I have something. I just go, that's the man with the pigeons. And I'm just going to look up to the ceiling and just will every single pigeon to somehow break through the glass and straight down onto Jarnby.
Pigeon
Okay.
power!
Okay.
I just see it all happening.
This
I see my brother being surrounded. I see the fire. I'm not losing another person today.
I would like you to roll a 9 with your power die. Nice.
I'm going to use 4 dice.
Just going for it, shit. Just going for it.
Yeah. All right.
Sorry, how many?
I'm going to roll 4.
4. That's so many.
Slats.
It's a lot.
Rolled a 6 on the first one.
Oh gosh.
5 on the second, so 11.
Oh my god.
13.
So many pigeons.
Oh my gosh.
19 total.
Bloody
Give her
hell.
19 pigeons.
that's
I think more than 19.
a lot of pigeons.
Every
19
pigeon in
what a
London.
pigeon.
From East London just appears. Like,
Can I
Yeah.
suggest something, Theo? Could I suggest that you give a hand here, more for flavour than for
Absolutely, yeah.
mechanically? Because suddenly you look
Oh,
up.
what? I just open
You
these
can bring
shutters
that
up
down.
top.
You can
yeah,
absolutely- all of those metal like struts for each little pane on this like ornate dome.
Yeah.
Can I ask a separate question?
Yeah.
What the fuck is Violet doing?
Oh, Violet's here too. Violet and Charles.
Oh,
Charles,
yeah.
I assume, has gone invisible and hidden somewhere. I'm not worried about Charles.
Charles is hidden somewhere.
I want to know what this
Um,
bitch is doing.
Stephen is
Oh,
like
we're in a fucking sewage station. God damn it.
trying to yeah.
It should be kind of an odd time.
I think Violet's kind of like
Shit.
checking things out and being like, well, no one's told me what to do.
I
So,
didn't tell
oh my god.
Look, if you want, I can do stuff, but like I don't even know like who are these people? What's going on right now? I think
Whose side are you
I
on?
think
Taking their
a
bitch's power.
horde
That's why you
of
need people
angry
with
pigeons.
initiative.
I think a horde of angry pigeons. The glass smashes as the metal moves. This over all of you. Suddenly, it is raining glass from the ceiling, and as
Yep.
soon as it is raining glass, it is raining pigeons as well. And over the sound of steam engines pumping away, yeah, the flap of their wings, just
The wind
against each other,
blowing.
clattering in the
Most
wind.
if ever I've seen one.
I feel like
coming
they
in the
should sound
room.
angrier though. I feel like
I think all of the various teenagers and Sean, I think Sally's out, and I think those who hadn't already said, okay, I guess we're leaving, suddenly are like, "Ah!" run, It's like
Exactly.
legging it, like trying to remember how to get out of this place, scattering around. I think Freddie is just kind of like flung to the floor in chaos, and it's like curled up in a ball as like people are stepping over everywhere. Pigeons are coming down. The pigeons are going for Jambi. The fire is growing. Violet is considering maybe doing something because this doesn't look great, but she's not sure what to do. Theo.
Violet,
Yeah?
you want to be on my side or you want to be on the side of the person who's going to take your powers?
I don't know. Just
I'll make a choice, make it quick, because it's happening now.
I don't even know why you're all fighting. Just Pansy, what am I doing?
Stop! I mean, what's happening with the fire? I feel like she's
Um,
probably a bit more concerned about the
yes,
ball of
I
fire
think-
that's potentially
I
in
think
her face right now.
The fire is
than
very.
Violet.
I think the fire is very close to you. I think the fire
Is it like a big explosion?
It's not an explosion. What I'm going to say is, it's a flame that is growing. And I think at the point where the pigeons come down, it is going to shoot upwards, not outwards, not in all directions. But I think it's going to shoot upwards and catch onto a string of bunting that was tied between some of these sort of like metalworks. It is mostly metal in here, but there are a few bits here and there that could potentially be flammable. And I think it is starting to spread, and you are starting to get that sense of it suddenly surrounding you. It's
Right.
very quickly going to be on all sides.
If Violet shouts, I'd be like, "Put the fire out!" And I'll still
Great.
try and like be pulling apart these two.
Okay. Would you like to roll brawn to try and physically separate them?
Yes, I would.
Would you?
No, brawn. No, I don't want to.
You might explode. You might explode.
I want to roll
You
fight.
Okay, no, you know, sorry. You
makes
can
a
roll,
lot of
you can roll
sense.
fight for this. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Pressure points, even.
Would you like? Wait! Don't tell me we rolled. Would you? I haven't given you a number. I'm back on my favourite numbers. They're so nice.
You
I
can
love those
use
numbers.
7. We've scared you off of 7, and that's really not fair. I think we all
Sevens
owe
are
you an
great.
apology.
I like 7.
Yeah.
Right ahead.
I think you need to roll an 8.
Cool, I got a 16.
Describe what you do.
I think as she sort of has her hands where Jambi is like around Will's.
Yes.
Right. And I think she literally just like pressure points, right? Just like
Ooh.
into their wrists. And so both of their hands open and kind of try and
Nice.
catch the stone.
Oh, with a 16, you
clever.
absolutely do. You grab it, and I think you feel immediately like you feel that boost of your powers are boosted at from the moment it's touching you, even as you're doing this.
And I will just try and sort of like scurry back from both of them.
I think from across the room, I think Theo just yells, "Zombie!"
You're all ruining this.
We found Eddie. All the people who came for us have left. Everything you wanted is here. Relax.
Pansy,
What were you going to do to Will?
trying to get my property back. You
I've
have
got
no
it.
idea. They have no idea how valuable that is. That is priceless. Everything rests on that. They're not to be trusted. They're not reliable, and they're not coming with us.
You said we all had to be there. You said I was the most important thing.
You are the most important thing.
You said the
There-
stone was the most important thing. Which one is it? And can I go over to is there like an entrance into the sewer?
Go on, big hole.
Yes.
Go on,
Yeah.
big
hole
hole.
somewhere, just
There's
a grate somewhere. that
There's
the
for
stone
some
would
reason
nicely
a big
fall through.
hole. Yeah, I will say there is a place where there is a hole into the machinery, like the machinery that is doing
great.
the pumping
Yes,
up and
lovely.
down.
Yes, great.
And it's sort of not completely sealed, and you can just really see the strength of the metal as all of this stuff is moving. This huge wheel is going around, and these things are pounding away.
I'll just hold it over and go, which one's more important?
Do you want you want to be more important, Pansy? Is that what you want? You want to be important? That's not what this is about. That's not what this was ever about.
She wants to be important, period. Because
See,
I don't
'cause it's
think
the
you
thing that I don't think. Oh no, after no, you know what?
No,
Theo,
you go,
sorry.
you go.
Here's the thing about your theory, John B. It's all very well and good, and you know what? Some of it I actually think is quite sound. I do agree with you a little bit, but the thing that you don't seem to understand is that all your ideas exist only in theory, and you see us, children, people, as what? Numbers?
Resources.
That's what you're for. That's why I gave you these gifts to do this, to achieve this. I didn't know it at the time, but it is. I all my experiments, they weren't just for science. They were to change the world. Your powers come from me. I gave them to you, and if you are not willing to use them for good, then you shouldn't have them. And he stares.
Oh
at
no,
Pansy.
see, that's where you're wrong, because I'm going to use them for good, but not the way you want.
Pansy, you know. Tell me you know that this is the right thing. Tell me you know that this is more important than these foolish children.
Pansy.
No.
He doesn't care about you.
No.
He just cares about his plan. And his plan, you know what's going to happen? You're going to step up to the House of Lords. They're going to shoot you with guns. Doesn't matter how powerful you are. There's more of them than there are you. And you know what? Guess what? They'll make another one. Power exists with the money, not with the building.
It's symbolic. We can
Can
change
I
it.
walk
Pansy.
over? Can I walk over in this moment, just like up to Pansy, hands out, just like, I just think there's some things that you need to see. And I want to like touch her and
Yeah,
touch
do
the
it.
stone and try and give her the memories effectively of like, I want her to just see what John B has
From our perspective,
doing.
what he is, yeah.
Yes, from our perspective, but also like his perspective. I want her to understand how he perceives them.
The stone.
Yes.
That they're
Yeah.
a resource. That they're just like a. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even I mean, presumably she'll get maybe the memory even of the carriage. Although I don't think Will knows that she's lost that memory. But
No,
like,
you wouldn't. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think as you go over, I think you can be touching both Jambi and Pansy.
Or has he come right up?
Yeah, he's like, I mean, he's ducking pigeons right now, and they're kind of going for him. But I think he's close enough that Will can make that bridge, and show you directly.
rather than because I was planning on doing it from the stone more so
Yeah.
than from Jambi himself.
That's true. Okay,
Because I'm
yes,
assuming
fair
he's
enough, yes.
I'm assuming he's touched the
Yes,
stone
that's
enough.
fair enough.
that-
Okay, you can get it
yeah.
from the stone. Sorry, I missed that. Yes. I'd like you to roll for me. I would like you to roll an 8 for me.
Okay. This is important, so let's do 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a 5 on 2.
Okay, that's great.
Okay.
Oh, on 2 of them. On 2 of them. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've seen
Oh.
a 3.
But I've got 2. Oh, I've got 2 adversity tokens.
Okay.
Oh,
So we're
Okay,
fine
so
either
we've done
way.
it again.
we've got
Just roll it just in case.
I shouldn't have
Roll it,
revealed that.
roll
I
it, roll it,
really
roll it,
really
roll it,
deflated
roll
the
it.
tension there. But...
What have you
Wow,
rolled?
I got a 5 on that one.
Oh,
So
great.
that's yeah.
Great.
Folarin, you are the absolute master of being like, oh, could we do it? And it's like, no, you've done it.
It's been done.
Trying to build suspense.
We
and it's like,
have
it's
done it.
No, I completely deflated it. I was like, oh, I have
no,
2
we
of them.
don't know. We don't
Oh,
know. We
oh,
do
no,
know.
no, we're sorted.
Oh, we
yeah,
do
no,
know.
we're
We have
sorted.
absolutely.
We're
There's no way
actually-
out of this yet.
Yeah.
But you can save them now, and that's nice.
That's great. We might need them.
Yeah, I will say just to make sure I've got the consequences for Eddie's big pigeon explosion is that she's fallen and is coughing up quite a
Yes.
Then in that case,
Sorry, yes.
in when I was speaking to Pansy, I will have been like, looking after Eddie and like,
Yeah.
tending to her, so I'm not
Yeah.
immediately in this fray.
bit. Yeah, we're further away. I just wanted to clarify that. So
Pansy, your mind, and I think Will, you only get sort of glimpses of this. It's like she's giving you the power, and you're giving that vision back to her. Your mind is filled with years of Jambi. You know him so well. This is so familiar to you. You recognize this. You know so much about him, about the way he thinks. And you see the first time he held this stone, and you see a much younger man looking into it with awe and reverence and excitement and curiosity. You see months of experiments with pigeons, testing things out, realizing strange things were happening, amazing things were happening. And then children, babies, very, very young. Children that, in his mind, have nothing to lose, nothing else going for them, and who he convinced himself he was doing good for, albeit at a risk that he was willing to take. And you feel the growth of that very familiar sort of political driven desire to change things, desire to change the world. And I think you get an insight that you didn't have into, what's wrong with the world as it is, but I think you get an insight into the future, into his vision of what a future could be. And you've got his emotions of it somewhat filling you. His sort of pride, this is how things should be. But you've also got a step removed from that, your pansy's perspective on it, and it doesn't look so different to you. It doesn't look so different from the way things are. There are rich people, and there is charity, which is good, and there are more people who are able to vote and have a say. But those people are men, and those people are over a certain age and of a certain heritage, and it's not, when you really get down into it, it's not everything that you dreamed from his words. You realize that all of the things that you thought he meant, you invented that. You imagined things that you think would be better. That's not necessarily what was in his head. He doesn't have your imagination. He has this limited view of reading about science and politics and history and thinking, here's how we change this one thing. That would be great. And it's not enough.
I think she sort of stands for a second and turns to Will. I'm very sorry, comrade. And she will push past him and go over to Jambi.
He
Sir.
holds his hands out expectantly.
With the stone, she will clasp both her hands as tight as she can around, and she will try and drag every last power out of the man.
He reaches for you. He thinks you're giving him the stone back, and he has no idea what's happening until it's too late. But he has 3 different children's powers in him.
Yeah.
And you know what it does to you to remove one.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh no. Fuck.
You've not seen me remove a power.
No.
Yeah.
Ugh.
This is not good.
She is trying to throw them into the stone. She's trying to just remove everything and put it back where it came from.
Yeah.
But if she needs a different conduit, Shamini, you know where I would like it to go.
Oh.
Fiona, I don't think was here for the conversation we had in the break where I said where I would like it to go.
Yep.
but
Yeah, I
maybe-
wasn't. Sorry, I'm like.
But that's great. I think that's
Cecily gets some powers. Fire.
super pigeon.
Season 2.
I would like you. I mean, I know you're gonna choose how many dice to roll. I know you're gonna go for a lot of them. Yeah. So I'm not sure how much difference the number I say.
How
is
many
gonna make.
D6s do I have
Um,
in my tray? The answer is 6.
Take a small
the
break
numbers
whilst
I'm-
Emily gets all the dice. You know.
The number I'm giving you is the largest number that I can give you as per this sheet, which is a 16.
I'll roll 6. I won't open my dice bag and roll more than 6. 6, 16. That's fine.
Well, we'll
I
find
could do
out.
less.
We'll find
I was
out.
going to say, I don't know
No,
if you need 6.
I'm doing 6.
I think you should.
I'll
do
do
6.
them one at a time.
Yeah, I think you should do 6 because it makes sense. Like you're desperate. You don't know. You've never done.
She is
3
desperate. She's
powers
willing
before.
to like.
That's true. You don't know.
Yeah,
She
you've
is-
never
this is
taken
just
3
full
powers
on-
before. Yeah.
Doing them on a time. Yeah, great. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Don't worry, I'll do the Folarin style. And
Oh,
Yeah, but then do it.
but
well,
I
do it
don't
better than
have.
me.
you don't have any.
I don't think I don't have any adversity tokens.
No, I don't. I think
I've got one adversity token because I fell over. I don't think I've spent that. So
Ow.
I've got
So you need
Ow.
15. 3 on each. It's fine.
2,
Okay.
4,
6.
1.
7.
Fucking
We've got 3 left.
I'm sure it's fine.
1.
8.
What do I need to get?
16.
16.
Got to get another 8.
6.
14.
3.
17. 17.
Those double ones really fucked me there.
No.
Yeah.
Why?
You know what? Well done for
That
rolling
is
6.
how
That
one
was a good
rolls
shot,
pension.
actually.
Well,
Yeah,
actually,
yeah,
there was.
that's
It was
good to
also
know.
done because I had an adversity token on the
No,
last
no,
one.
but it doesn't. Shut up.
See, Folarin, how she didn't reveal that ahead of time. You see how
Until
that...
afterwards. Yeah, that's how you're supposed
Yeah,
Oh, you're supposed to... And then afterwards you can be like,
yeah,
or
yeah.
maybe never.
Yeah, or never. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I would like you to narrate what happens and where you would like this to go.
Okay. I think as she sort of clasps her hand around Jambi, she just sort of smiles at him and just goes, "It's going to be a better world, sir." And like her hands start to shake, and I think he sort of maybe tries to pull his hand back, but she just grips on, and like her little nails dig in, and I think she sort of starts to get like a nosebleed, and you start to see the sort of classic 11. The blood starts to like come out of her eyes, come out of her ears, and she's just like fixed in this grin and this smile that she's given to this man who's been useless for so long, so many times, but she really used to believe. And having seen from this other side that he's just more of the same, this all the anger that he put in her about these other people is now just directed straight back at him. And I think the stone probably gets very, very hot, and she just grips it as it like burns into her palms and into his palm, and I think his eyes probably like start to lose a bit of the colour as the powers just sort of drain from him, and sort of they sort of half go into Pansy, and you see flames start to like lick up her hands and like up her arms. You sort of see her sort of almost start to like phase in and out with the like the shifting power, and for the final one you see Jambi suddenly just gets shot backwards at like crazy speeds, like into a wall, and I think she just collapses onto the floor, and the stone I think shatters across the ground. And Shamini, I'll let you decide whether a pigeon suddenly looks real cool.
Well, I think what we've got is an entire flock of pigeons who are currently going round and round in this room, and I think the Jambi is collapsed in a heap as he's hit this wall. Pansy is collapsed onto the floor, and I think Will, you see that moment again where I think Pansy feels a burn and screams without even realizing it in the midst of all that, and Will, again, you're brought back to this sense of fire and a scream, and as the pigeons are swirling, there seems to be more of them. They seem to be everywhere, and the fire seems to be spreading. They seem to be on fire, but they're fine. They're just flapping and twirling into a tornado of pigeons and fire, and this whole building is just turning into a maelstrom. What would you all like to do?
I'm gonna run to Pansy. I'm going to very deliberately not check to see if she's alive, because I don't think Will has the emotional strength to find out the answer. He's just going to pick her up. He's going to turn to Theo and just go, "We need to get out of here now."
You're muted.
You're
Zack.
muted.
Oh, he's out. Yeah.
Yeah, I will fireman carry Eddie on my shoulder and get her out, and simultaneously gesture to Violet and Charles, who I assume is somewhere, and Steven, and just say, "Get out! Get out!"
He got out. Charles left like fucking hours
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
he literally, the minute the fighting started, he was like, I'm out, I'm done.
He's like, this is
oh, there's flames?
Yeah.
This motherfucker?
Fuck off,
I'm not involved. I'm not involved.
I think, don't forget Freddy as well. I think Freddy is
And Freddy.
still
Yeah, Freddy.
Oh
held up
shit,
on
Freddy.
the floor,
Yeah.
possibly screaming at the pigeons at this point.
Yeah, and I will just like lead them out, as I assume probably one of the tallest here, maybe other than Charles, but where the fuck is he? And just kind of act as this like lamp, like this
Lighthouse.
searchlight in the distance
Yeah.
of this tall figure, just like shepherding these small children out, and like just one by one counting them out as they leave.
Well,
Yeah, just like following behind. I think maybe I take one last look at Jambi as we go, and I think
Yeah.
maybe truly not callously. I think if he's I think I like kick him and just go, if you can get yourself out, then you can get out, and if you don't, then well, sucks to be you.
I think,
and then I keep it
yeah.
moving.
I think Violet at this point is pulling Pansy by herself. I think.
I'm carrying Pansy.
Yeah, we'll
We're
have.
carrying Pansy. Oh right.
Oh yeah.
Don't
Oh
let
sorry. No,
that bitch have
when
it.
no. Sorry. When I went to her, I didn't want to
Sorry.
check I didn't want to like check her pulse,
Sorry, you
but I
did
like
say that.
grabbed
I
her.
forgot, I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great. You can grab her. I will say you're not particularly strong, are you? I know she's only 10, but
No, I'm so
probably
weak.
like, a few little like sort of staggered wobbles. But like Theo's hand is also there, and the other kids sort of probably half dragging Freddy as well. And you emerge from the noise and the heat and the steam and the brightness into the cool, dark night.
I think at least me, I collapse. I make sure Eddie's like kind of waking up and spluttering a bit and
Yeah.
breathing and just like, ugh.
What happened? Did we all get out?
Yeah. I'll turn to see where Will's at.
Yeah, I think when she says, "Did we all make it out?" I like put Pansy down, and I think at those words I sort of look to check to see if I was carrying a sort of dead body or if I was carrying someone who might be revived.
I think it takes you a little while to figure it out in the sort of adrenaline pumping to feel whether that's your pulse or hers, to try and figure out whether she's breathing. Eventually you sort of manage to calm yourself enough to see that there is signs of life here. She's not dead, but she's out of it. She's not waking up anytime soon.
She all right?
Yeah, I think so. We should go home.
About that. Do we? I don't know. Maybe.
Hey, if Jambi's not got out, you've got a lovely house.
I was going to say, we do have a nice house.
Are we cutting on that scene on about that? Is
I
that
don't know. Maybe I don't know.
I think we have to.
Feels like
And
we've
about
done
that
it,
cut,
yeah.
we
really
have
liked
to.
it.
Yeah.
I mean,
About
That
that.
does
I
feel
like
like
To camera, like, ooh.
the
Yeah.
button, right?
about that.
With this flaming, like, the sewage system behind us, like pigeons
Hands are
everywhere.
just like
Fully.
completely out.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Fully.
bleeding.
It's just.
I
just.
I would like to make one last thing. I think in the scuffle,
Yeah.
I lost the hat that I was wearing, and I think it fell and is burning in the building.
Or a pigeon's wearing it.
No, I think it's burning in the building.
No,
It's okay.
it's
It's okay.
The
Magical
doors shut
pigeon.
on that.
That's the superpower. They wear hats now.
Okay.
They wear hats now. They wear hats now.
Yeah.
Monocle.
They fly now. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we cut on that line about
Yeah.
that.
About that.
Lovely. I would like to scatter forwards in time away from this night as much as you like. It's getting late. I'm happy to stay on and we kind of bring this whole thing to a
I think that
close
sounds
now.
nice.
I think
Yeah,
that's lovely.
Let's do it.
I reckon so.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be chronologically. I think, yeah, what I'd like is a mixture of scenes and narrations and moments that happen after this. We don't need to resolve everything, but
Can you answer one question for us, Sean?
yeah.
Did Jambi make it out? Primo. In that case, who wants to start?
We got a house.
I've got one more question actually.
Yeah.
The stone didn't make it out either, did it?
No, I smashed it.
You
No.
smashed it. Yeah,
It's
okay.
too hot, yeah.
What I would like to ask
Yeah.
from your point of view, Shamini,
Yeah.
does that mean all the powers are gone, or does that just mean that there's no new powers? Because I think that changes how we go ahead.
Oh, that's a good point.
Should we? No. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe
think
we
about
can
that,
just
because
we just don't have to. We can not include powers. In this
Yeah.
next
Exactly.
bit.
We can think about that later.
Or we can leave that up to the viewer.
I do have a thought on that actually,
Mhm.
which is that what you gather is that you were all exposed to this stone and its powers as very, very young children.
Mhm.
And that gave you somehow these gifts, these abilities, and those stayed with you. You also know that, and I think Pansy, you're probably able to help put this together, that Jambi, who had the stone as a grown-up, and the others of you know Madam M was exposed to this stone, they can get powers from it, but those powers do not last.
Mm.
Oh, I see. Interesting.
But I will say one more thing as well, which was that I would like to propose, Emily, that act was, and destroying the stone as well, was the last thing that Pansy is able to do.
Yeah,
Those
100%.
powers.
I think that's
Yeah.
nice for her. All she's ever been doing was hurting herself. So I think
I think
like
she's free.
Yeah.
If no one else does, I've got something.
You go. I can jump off after that.
I think cut to some months later. Through very legitimate means, Pansy was declared the legal heir of the Jambi estate. She was
Legitimate.
adopted after all.
She was. She was the special one.
And with certainly no last will and testament to be found anywhere in the building.
A lot of papers got taken to that church.
And a lot got eaten.
It could not be
Um.
disputed. And so Pansy now has the run of the house.
Heck yeah.
And I think one day, Theo, maybe this is not some months, maybe this is some weeks. I think Theo kind of comes to Pansy and says, I think maybe we should get the others from the orphanage.
Yes, I think there's space.
I think so. Maybe
How are we going to make money for them?
rich people always want to spend their money on charitable causes. Will's good at that kind of stuff. I'm sure he can find some people.
Great.
He's got a brighter future in his head.
hmm
Maybe we can find some room for others as well.
I'd like that. And just to add, I think you're having this conversation while Pansy is still in bed.
with like her hands completely bandaged up. And like her head, you know how classic sick child head wrapped round, like she's
Classic.
just looking a little bit like, oh, can't get out of bed yet. And she's got a little walking stick that she's probably been using to like hobble around recently, but she's definitely getting stronger again. And I think I could probably go into the garden soon.
That'd be good. Do you need anything?
No, I think I'm okay.
Right. I'm gonna get started on getting the others then.
Thanks,
Right.
Theo.
And I think Theo genuinely goes round to the orphanage and just starts putting out feelers in what is undoubtedly a large network of orphans in London who know each other even tangentially, and just saying that even if this isn't your home, there's a hot meal here, there's a warm bath here, there's a soft bed here.
And sorry, I should also add, as you go to leave the room, Theo.
Yeah.
Oh wait. She practices her big loud voice, which she still has. Will, Eddie, and like calls you both into the room.
Yeah.
If you go into the study, you'll find her contact details.
Oh.
It's can I tell him, or do you want to?
You go for it.
Your sister.
Yeah.
She was looking for you.
I don't really remember her.
That's all right. You can meet her again.
I can
Her
fill in
name's
any
Beth.
blanks.
Beth. What did you
Sorry,
say? Folarin?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I said I can fill in any blanks.
All right. Yeah, and I think with anyone who wants to in tow, because I think Theo feels more comfortable in a crowd, will meet his sister.
Anyone else? Yeah, a couple things. I'll do small. Firstly, I think Eddie was already in the room with with Pansy, and stuff, because that's technically her and Pansy's room.
Bedroom.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
And so I'm just there going like, I've not left.
Yeah.
I think in the months that follow, obviously discussions of
Can we just do a little before you go to the months that follow?
Yeah.
Can there be a little thing where Eddie is like brushing Pansy's hair because she can't do it herself while they're like sat in bed?
Oh, yeah.
Just like chatting and being like, "Is this what it's like having a sister? Do you think?"
Well, maybe. I don't know. Can you write?
Yes, I'm very good at it.
Okay, I need you to write something down for me.
Okay. I can't right now. She'll hold up her like, wrapped up bandaged hand. But soon.
Okay.
Okay, hang on, wait. And she'll like, just take the pen in her mouth and be like, "Okay, go for it."
Okay. So we cut to a couple of months later, where I think Eddie wants to try and be helpful, and with that, obviously the charity stuff, she's like, thinking about stuff she's thought about Madam M and being an independent businesswoman. So she sets up homing pigeons messages service, and that they can do messages back and forth. Lucrative. But
It's gonna be so good when the war kicks in.
forward thinking. But I think one night, maybe Theo is looking through the notebook again and finds that there is a note that is written in very scrawly handwriting, and it says, "You are Theo Carter," underneath the picture of there's a new picture as well, and then like a list of any person that she's managed to draw. They have their names underneath it, and just basically whenever you feel lost or upset, this is true. We love you. and we won't forget who you are, even if you forget sometimes. Sorry. And
This genuinely wasn't the ending I was expecting. I was gonna be like, and he's mean now.
I
Nope.
was 100% convinced I was taking Theo's powers and giving them to John B.
Nope.
Like I was fully in on that.
No. But Theo doesn't know where it comes from, but he has a suspicion of who might be dictated.
Well, maybe by the backwards like Zeds and
Well,
Yeah.
No, the Zeds would be the right way. They'll just be written from my mouth.
But then you turn over like a couple more pages, and there's so many more pigeons, but they have their own names. So there's
Wow.
like Prince Edward.
and that's Edgar.
It's Ted
And that's Suzanne.
Yeah,
All
Lieutenant
royalty.
Clark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are all royalty. So
And there's like a
King
whole
Edgar.
family tree.
part
yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
Part of just a little insight, like Princess Cecily, she told you she was descended from Avery birds on her mother's side. That's why she's royalty. These are the pigeon royalty with,
Yeah.
with the magic powers. This is the royal family.
them all.
We let the royal family free.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's literally it. She'll just work on that and just help Pansy where needed.
I think for Will, it's like almost the next day, certainly over the next couple of days after the incident. I think he goes first to Cleopatra. And you sort of see him, he looks kind of really sheepish. And he just kind of goes like, can you, and he kind of runs his hands through his like very messy hair and he's just like, could you cut my hair, please? Because I've never, I don't know, could you help me out, please? And just I think she sort of takes him in and like gives him his first like proper haircut, basically.
Oh no.
I think there are like a zillion pieces of advice that like start to cut, like a zillion like what, now you know, and that start, and then that she just like it's like.
And I think he sees it go over her face, and he goes, "Yeah, no, you were right, but I was right too." And like even as she's cutting his hair, I think he's kind of explaining like, it's not that their ideas were wrong; it's just that their hearts were. But I think if you take those ideas and you keep your heart right and you keep it strong and you remember that people are people, then well I think that's the way. And I think Will very much takes that energy with him and I think goes to Mr. Welsh. And kind of
He takes a little bit of
almost
finding.
as like-
There was a whole load of drama involving whether he's gonna like be caught and sent to prison for plotting violence against the crown. But we'll skim over that for now. You go and find Mr. Welsh.
Well, and I think that's almost part of the thing where he's kind of like, look, I don't know what the situation is with you, but look, I think what you're trying to do is good, and I think you've got some good ideas, but I think I've got some good ideas too, and I think you should listen to me. And I think he sort of initiates almost. I think he like weasels his way in and kind of muscles into the library and is like, I don't know. I think Will starts writing basically, and I think he's like one of the sort of members of the library who's kind of pushing for a different way. And like you see him kind of giving these impassioned speeches where he's talking about how all these ideas are important, but these ideas are only as important as the people that they help. And so almost shifting the library's focus from like saloons to like actually this is going to be a network that helps people. So tying it into what Theo was talking about earlier in terms of like helping orphans and empowering people and building coalitions between different groups in the city.
I think there is one night when you're making a speech where suddenly in the audience you see Theo for the first time. He's never come to the library before. Never. And I think you just watch as he has so much pride as he sees you doing this thing that you are so good at. And I think after the speech, after the meeting, he kind of comes up to you. He's like, "You're really good."
Oh no.
I got something for you. And you see he kind of dusts off a new cap for you. He's like, "Don't ever let me take it away from you again, because you earned it so many times, so many ways. Without my help, it's yours, and no one can take it away from you."
Oh, Theo, there's one thing that you're very wrong about, actually. I think very highly of myself, but couldn't have done any of this without you. I wouldn't be anything without you, and I think he's just gonna like give you a huge hug, take the hat in his head, and just
Yeah.
I think in the very distant future, years and years later, I think Pansy is still in the house, still running it as, she wouldn't call it an orphanage, but a home for disadvantaged children, or whatever she decides to call it. I don't know what that would be. And I think
Children in need.
Children in Need. Yes, she has a TV show. There's this yellow bear with a
Oh my gosh, your little bear is in fact the first Pudsey.
It's Pudsey. And I think she's just sort of walking through the house, seeing like all these children running around, and she's sort of feeling the like scars on her hands. And I think she just sort of looks up at the wall, and there's just sort of like various writings and things. There's probably pictures of all of previous residents and things, and there's just a line, and it just sort of says, "It's not about making the world a better place for you, it's about making it better for others." And she just sort of smiles and just carries on walking, and like I think probably a little girl with pigtails sort of runs into her. She's like, "Oh, you're okay," and just sort of takes her hand and sort of takes her into the garden to look at the pigeons.
We pull back onto the rooftops where many pigeons are gathered around this house.
So many.
So many. They never leave.
They never leave.
It is
I don't think any of them have ever died.
I think
Oh, what did I do?
Immortality, yeah.
Yeah. They start breathing fire, teleporting all over the
Yeah,
place.
truly.
What a cool security system we have.
And hey, say what you want about the pigeons, they are loyal.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Oh yeah,
As
they know
we
where
kind
home
of
is.
come past them, we get like little snippets of like pigeon conversation, and you overhear like, "You've never tried marmalade?" No, seriously, right? We're gonna get you some marmalade. And we just kind of like that sort of fades away, and we disappear out past all the rooftops. So everything gets smaller, and we disappear into smoke and fog and steam. And with that, we conclude the final chapter of Urchins. There's a little musical number, but it's happening down.
Yeah.
Credits roll, pigeons, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a little pigeon.
Oh yeah, in the
dance
meta narrative, the pigeons do they finish off
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah, they do
the
in
theme
the
tune,
first
yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
They do the theme tune.
What is the theme tune?
Consider yourself at home.
Pigeon superpowers. Yeah, there's
Variety act, vaudeville.
Love that.
Okay, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, well done.
Well done, everyone.
Yay, well done, Shamini. Well done, everyone.
let's go around and let's tell the people something you think they need to hear. Like where to find you on the internet.
It's going
was
to
about
be
to
okay.
say, I was going to take that opportunity.
Yeah.
But okay.
It doesn't have to be where to find you on the internet. That's a suggestion. Maybe weave that into the important message that you need to.
No, I don't
at
have
this point.
I don't want to do it.
Yeah, it's not about changing the world. It's about at MCW.
Hey, you said it, not me. Like,
I love how you didn't use your handle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All over social media.
Gosh. I'm Emily WB on Twitch.
Close. Zach, take us away.
Listen to the podcast Realms of Peril and Glory. Actual play, beautiful sound design, gorgeous original music. Many of these wonderful people. Please check it out. Liminal London, Fantasy London, really fun, good times.
Yes.
What I really want to tell you: have compassion in your lives. Enter every situation with an opportunity to show compassion. And that's my thing I want the people to hear.
I hear it and I absorb it. Folarin.
Hi, I'm Folarin, and I am a writer, actor, singer, and you can find out more about those things if you find my link tree, Akinmade, Akinngmade. And the thing that I would like to impart to you is, I believe a poet once said, "Fix your hearts or die." And I really do think that's an important thing to remember.
Yeah.
Particularly in our current world. And I'll remind you as well that fixing your heart does sometimes mean standing up for things that are difficult and uncomfortable.
Emily.
Oh my goodness, we don't normally do such lovely things.
Doesn't have to be.
No,
Can be
I can be. Can it be funny? Well, you can find. Well, the plugging bit is you can find me at MCWB on the internet. Thanks, Shamini. You can also find RP Geeks at RP Geeks D&D everywhere. I don't know. I just would love people to try and see other people's points of view a little bit more in certain situations. I think we live in a world where it's very easy to just see yours and to not go outside your bubble and look at it from other people. Obviously, some people are horrible people, but I'm talking not in grand things, in like little mini fights you have with your friends and things like that. Like there is another side of it, and I think if you can at least attempt to see it, I think it makes everything a little bit easier and a little bit happier. But yeah.
Superpowered visions would help in that.
It would help.
Yes.
Superpowered pigeons.
Superpowered pigeons would always help in everything.
It just makes everything better.
That would be great. Fiona.
Yes. Hi. If you've enjoyed me being my 10-year-old self, I'm also on the internet, FKTH on all the good places. And the thing I would like to leave you with is, a couple of weeks ago, I thought I told a fact about a pigeon and it was completely wrong. So you can't shine a light in one other pigeon and it won't. It doesn't go out the other side. That is false. Google lied to me, and I've been holding this burden, this guilt throughout the whole series, and I've not had a chance to really correct it. So that is a lie. You can't shine a light into one pigeon's eye, and it comes out the other side. Oh, right. Yes.
Here's my question. Here's my question, because this might lead on to something else. Did Google lie to you, or did an AI summary lie to you?
No. So I found a worksheet that said fun facts about pigeons, and it was like number 12, and it was just an image, and I was like, that's great, screenshot that, talk about it in the episode, and then afterwards I was like, maybe I'll just go check, and could I find that image?
Just do a Google.
Could I find that worksheet? No. And then Google AI went, this is a rumor, and I was like, no. So I don't know where I got it from.
Hey, if you want to actually see facts about pigeons, I'm going to do another plug. I've just put a link in our Discord in the spoiler-free channel, which is a documentary I made about pigeons over 10 years ago. And if I can't plug it in this series, I'll never plug it ever again. So, I mean, it won some awards. Yeah, it won some really cool awards, like Best Student Film, Best Use of Archive and stuff. The Imperial War Museum Festival. Did it win? It was at least nominated. We went to the awards. It was great. It was my master's dissertation.
Head over to linktr.ee/RPGeeksD&D and you'll be able to find a link to our Discord, and various other things that we've got going on there, including our Patreon. And it is now the most important time.
No, you've got to do your one, Chum.
I thought I could get
Shamini.
Not. That's what I was trying to quickly say. But I thought no one would notice.
Nope.
Zack, you're muted.
I was just generally accosting Shamini. It's
Yeah,
fine.
no, that's what I'm doing. This entire series. Shamini,
Yeah.
yay!
Shamini!
Yay!
Yay, Shamini!
I have been Shamini. I am at Shamini on Blue Sky or at Bundell on Instagram. This has been my first time GMing a campaign for the RP Geeks. I've only ever done one-shots before, and I've had a really lovely time. And thank you all for being so wonderful and supportive. And I hope that telling stories can, if not change the world, change all of us people in it for a little bit. And my most important message is to be kind to yourselves. Go out there and be kind to yourselves, please. You deserve it.
And
As do
before we go to something else, can we just say, all of us here on the call, a big well
Urchins.
done to Shamini
Yeah!
for bringing this whole thing together. It is not easy work,
No,
and she
God,
did
no.
excellently.
That didn't go. That's that whole episode. We will be back. I'm going to say this now, actually, before we go into our patrons. We will be back next week. Whoever is up for it, and we will be doing just a general chit chat, talk back about this particular series, going over some of our favourite bits from the finale. I'm going to be telling you about the real life historical inspiration between things like the train job, the post office robbery, and the library getting really screwed over by one of the guys who just he wasn't. No, don't trust him. Shouldn't have trusted him.
Oh mate, I love asking Shamini questions after she's GM'd something and she's like, yeah, there was all this backstory and you're like, well,
I was gonna say, that notebook is
it's so
filled.
good. It's full. Maybe you could put some of it up on the
Stuff.
Patreon.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like,
I was going to say,
pages
some
of
of that
Patreons
definitely
for
should be on the Patreon.
Yeah.
ones where I'm like, what the hell?
Go to patreon.com/rpgigsdnd.
Yay!
That's
See that.
Daddy Norovirus Daddy.
Daddy, yes.
Again,
So I
what
do-
a questionable way of remembering that.
It started years ago.
I love the sticking the patrons in the show part every week. It brings me joy.
Yeah.
I don't know if it brings the patrons joy because they often end up as well. No rats. We said no rats, but
No.
you know,
Hashtag no rats.
Instant.
Hashtag
you
no
know.
rats.
Unfortunate places. I've got an idea for one already, but have we got any names rolled up?
I've done one. I was
Great.
just looking it up just now. We have Tina. Tina. who's rolled up.
yeah,
Yes.
Nah.
Yay.
Can I go in with my idea?
Yes.
Yes.
So
Sure.
I think Tina is the person who's in charge of like operating the sewage plant that particular night.
Oh no, Tina.
Oh, you've been
Well, no, I think she stepped out. She was like, you know what? This
not
thing
great.
runs itself. I'll go, I'll have a kip. I'll have a
Oh
snack.
god, she's not in the
Where
building
else?
though.
She's not in the building.
right?
She's not in the building.
Okay, great.
She's gone to see her friend who works in the next building over. She's been
Yeah.
having a great time.
Sure, great.
So
Yeah.
she looks out the window.
So she's great. She's doing fine. Then she's like,
Yeah.
oh no, I'm in
What's
trouble.
that?
She'd
Yeah.
gone down to the pub or something and then looked and was
Yes.
like, oh no.
that is
Uh-oh,
it.
yeah.
She is down the pub late night. Yes.
They
So
are, yeah.
Great.
It's, yeah.
Fiona, do we have another one?
Yep. We have the wonderful Aaron Hammonds.
Oh,
Oh,
great.
can I just-
wait. I've wait. No, I know
Okay.
you've had one, Charlie.
No, but can I just shout out a thank
Well-
you to Aaron Hammonds?
Oh,
Well,
sure.
but here's the
For
question.
being my GM advisor for this. Like
Yes.
at one point I was like, Aaron, what do I do? Extensive voice notes. And he was like, clearly you should just do this. And I did it. I'll tell you next week. And
Great.
it solved all my problems. And I was like, fuck.
Solved all my
In which
problems.
case, we had.
Do we have a missing
Sarah.
child?
Yeah, we do have a missing child. That's exactly what I was going to say. Aaron can be one
Excellent.
of the two. Folarin, you've gone into slag
Slow-mo
mode for
mode.
me. I'm not sure if you have for anyone else.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've been
yeah.
lagging for a very long time. I wasn't going to say anything. I'm super lagging right now.
You're currently just clapping.
You're just doing this. Really.
Yeah. Oh, you can see that as well. Okay, good.
Patronizing.
That was great.
No,
yeah.
I am too. But yes, I think Aaron is the one we are missing. So
Yeah,
there was
Sarah
Sarah,
and
who-
Aaron. Yeah.
Sarah and Aaron. I just randomly pulled the
That's
name,
good.
Shamini. I hope that was all right.
no, that's fine. Yeah.
So one of them had the pushing powers. One
Yeah.
of them had
Had to
the
blink,
teleportation
move.
powers. Let's
One of
give
them
him the
was a
teleportation powers.
Aaron, you
Yeah.
can teleport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean
Heck
Nightcrawler?
yeah.
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 So
I
congratulations.
don't know
Aaron,
what
but now you're going to
Nightcrawler
the
is,
orphanage.
but like, I'm glad.
Incredible.
X-Men,
He's in it.
X-Men.
X-Men.
Alan Cumming.
The coolest X-Man, maybe
Yes.
after Bishop.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is
Big-
either.
Oh.
Maybe we do a tier list of X-Men next week.
Oh yeah, for
Ooh,
Shamini's
yeah.
benefit.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Maybe
I love
we'll
a
teach
tier
Shamini
list.
about superheroes now that the superhero kind of campaign is over.
Let's do it.
I'm like, so what did I
Here
do?
is the thing. Post Jonathan Hickman's Age of Krakoa X-Men, I really want to get into this with you.
Oh, fun.
Okay.
Okay.
Yay!
Great.
Oh no.
Lord Rock.
Folarin, you're doing great. It's just slow.
I'm
Very
glad it's
slow.
happening now, right at the end.
Yeah,
rather than
yeah,
in the
yeah.
finale, so-
Yeah, truly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Right. It is late. I am warm. Warm.
boiling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have so much love and appreciation for all the people watching and listening in the now, in the future, I suppose in the past. No, not in the past.
Well, no, people watch the previous episodes.
That's true. And also, if
All of
you're in the future now, there are people in the past for you who I do
Exactly.
appreciate
Yes.
as well. So, yeah, just again to say, you know, wherever and whenever you are, thank you so much for joining us for a wonderful series of Urchins, and we shall see you all next week, or if not, again very, very soon. Have a wonderful week all. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.